This man eating.
My bad, dog.
My bad. I saw the daylight.
My bad, pimp. My bad.
The beads of sweat.
No.
Wait, let me.
They are forming.
Boneless glass.
Boneless glass.
Boneless
These right here. These the bones right here. Now put me back on the big screen.
My glasses are coming in today.
See this right here. You got me. You don't look like Fauci. He got the ugly look. He's like, let me look at this. Stop it.
Wait a minute. It over.
1, 2. Oh, fuck.
Ooh, caught in 4K eating the hot dog. That's crazy.
Getting caught eating the glizzy is crazy.
Dang, mid bite too.
That's
Man, God, all the
That is a wild.
Welcome to episode 4 of Wrestle Simps.
Nah, that's crazy. We got to put you on the big screen for that one. That one is wild.
Man, I made my bayada, man.
Hey, man, nah, man. That's crazy.
Oh.
But anyways, what's good, y'all? It is your favorite intern, Brother Jiraiya, and I am here with Dark Screen Ryro.
What's good, everybody?
Glizzy Goblin Nep.
What's good, y'all?
And I'm about to drink on the Sunday Todd with his bitch ass. He not even. I don't think he on the screen.
Oh, there he is. With his ugly face.
There he goes. There he goes. With the fucked up MAGA duplicate hat.
Ooh.
Where does that say that? Huh? Okay.
Oh,
says lit.
You're like a dog with
Fix the
two
layout.
shit.
Fix the layout. Fix the layout.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, why ass get, nigga? Fuck. Anyways, yeah.
Dang, starting fights just like this pay-per-view we about to talk about.
Nah, it's not this one. This 2021.
Yeah,
This is Wrestle Simps. I don't know what Matt ass at. That man, that boy Loaf got the Buki flu. I don't know, man. That nigga's nowhere to be found, man. That shit crazy. That nigga is missing in action.
Ooh, the Buki flu.
Anyways, man, hopefully y'all having a good, blessed, productive day today. As y'all see, we will be talking about AEW 2021. We're gonna get into that, talk about the build on that, and of course we're gonna talk about the matches itself. But I wanted to start off by doing, as we always do, with the tier list of the actual where the fuck is it at?
Great job, buddy boy.
It's right here. Exactly. Fuck what you talking about.
Fuck nigga.
Bitch ass nigga. But anyways, we have the 2021 roster. This roster reflects what the AEW roster was looking at post AEW All Out of that year, if I'm not mistaken. So we got a lot of singles competitors. We got a lot of people that made their debuts this year, and of course we'll be talking about some of the debuts that happened during All Out. When we talk about the pay-per-view. We have a lot of day one people here.
A lot of people who aren't here anymore either.
Yeah, a lot of these motherfuckers is not here. Okay, Helico. Let me see. Just looking at it, I think Aaron Solo was going. I think.
Oh no, he's. Let me see. Aaron Solo's there.
I think he's still
Abaddon is there. Cole is there. Paige. Alan Angels does not work there. Alex Reynolds works there. Andrade left. Angelico's still there. Anna Jay's there. Anthony Bowens is there. Anthony Ogogo is there. Austin Gunn. Big Swole's up out of there. Billy's still there. Bobby Fish is gone. Brandon Cutler's still there. Cage is there. Pillman Jr. gone. Britt is there. Danielson retired. Bunny's gone. Cash is there. Jericho sadly still here. Christian still here. CD is there. Chuck Taylor retired.
Who
Punk
the
got
hell is
fired.
CD? No, hold on. Who's CD?
Christopher Daniels.
Oh, okay.
I like
I'm making sure.
Yeah. I call him CD. And
'Cause
Chuck
we
Taylor.
call someone else, CB. I just want to make sure.
Oh no,
know.
it's CD. I said CD.
Okay.
Chuck Taylor's retired. Punk got fired. Cody quit. Colt Cabana does not work there anymore.
Got fired.
Yep. He did get fired. Anyway, Colton Gunn still works there. DG is there. Dante's there. Darby's there. Darius is there. Dax is still there. Dustin.
Daniel Garcia. My apologies.
No, for real. I think this is rookie year DG too. Dustin's still there after lying about saying he was going to retire 2 years ago. Eddie's there, just injured. Emi Sakura still works there. Ethan Page quit. Evil Uno still works here. Kaz works in Impact now, so left. Fuego del Sol, I think they fired him.
Wait, what?
Kaz, yeah, he works.
I think
Kaz works in Impact.
You said Kaz. Who the fuck is Kaz?
Kazarian.
Frankie Kazarian.
Yo, I'm not looking at the screen. That's why I'm like, yo, who the fuck are you talking about? Yeah,
Kaz, because they call him Kaz for short. Fuego, he works at GCW now. Griff Garrison, I don't even remember. Oh wait, he was teaming with Pillman. Oh yeah, he don't work there no more. I think. Last time I saw him, he was on Ring of Honor, but that was months ago, so I don't know.
I think he still might work with AEW. They just not doing a goddamn thing with him.
Fair. Right. Sheeta still works there. Isaiah Cassidy works there. Jack still works there. Jade left. Jake left. Jamie works here.
No. Let's be real. He got fired.
Oh my. Yeah.
He according to him, he let his contract expire. So.
Nah, that nigga got canned. Fuck out of here.
Okay. Jeff Parker, he still works there. He's taking care of his child. Joey Janela quit. John Silver still works here.
I think Joey Janela was like one of the first motherfuckers to quit AEW, like the big name niggas.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was one of the OGs too.
Yeah, it was like I think like Joey Janela and I think Big Swole was like the first.
Yeah.
Well, Big Swole got canned. We all know why.
Oh.
John Silver still works here. Mox still works here.
Because she black.
Oh wow.
You know,
she black and she wasn't both, according to
Tony Khan. So, all right, Jungle Boy still works here. Kenny still works here. Kip Sabian still works here.
Shit, does Kenny Omega really still work?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. He just said he doesn't want to go. He says he's not going back to AEW because they don't need him right now, so he's staying in New Japan for a bit.
Which is crazy.
Which is a lie. We do need you. Come back, Kenny, please. Chris still works here. Lance still works here. Lee Johnson, I do not know. I'm gonna be honest. I was confused him with Lee Moriarty, who's right next to him. So he still works here. Leva Bates does not work there anymore. Layla Hirsch still works here.
Wait, it's Leva Bates now. What's she doing?
She's in Ring of Honor.
Oh, okay.
Leo Rush works here. He would leave after this, then come back. Luchasaurus, get well soon. Luther still works here. Malachi still works here. Marco Stunt does not work here.
Even though Malachi does not want to work there, let's be real. But yeah, we're gonna continue.
Hey man, that nigga signed that contract, man. That nigga signed the contract.
He signed the contract. He did. He came out and said that he's after the match with Adam Cole, everyone was like, is he leaving? And he put out a statement saying he's not leaving at all. He's staying.
Him and Buddy Matthews.
He said him and Buddy are staying. They signed a contract. They're staying until 2025.
Nigga, that's a month. Like, come on.
They said they staying. They ain't going nowhere. They love me here. So
This nigga is capping. I swear to you. But yeah,
I'm over exaggerating, but the point is, Malachi said him and Buddy ain't going nowhere
I know
anytime
you're
soon.
not over exaggerating. No, I know what you're saying. I'm saying he's capping.
Uh,
Mentally, he's capping. But we're gonna continue.
all right. Marco Stunt don't work here. Mark Quinn still works here. Matt Hardy does not
TNA.
work here. TNA. Matt still works here. He still works here. He's doing commentary now. Matt Sydal still works here. He's just Ring of Honor. Max Caster still works here. MJF still works here. Nakazawa still works here. Miro quit. Let me see. Who is this?
Nick Como.
Like he was in the factory.
Oh, I don't know. I think he still work here. I
Is it
think.
confirmed that? Okay, hold on.
That's
Is it
like
confirmed that Miro quit? I was confirmed.
yeah.
that was
Nick Jackson.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Miro Ben said that
Oh.
Oh.
because when Miro quit, Lana quit. I think after that, shortly after that.
Yeah.
Well, no, Lana left before that. It was
I
Lana
thought they left
leaving,
around the
then they
same
had
time.
their divorce.
I thought they left at the same time.
No, it was Lana leaving, then they had their divorce. And then
and
bullshit
then
with
he
Miro.
left.
Yeah. Then he left.
Oh, okay.
I think he
Okay.
might have been. I think he might have been part of QT Marshall's group.
Oh, okay. So all them dudes gone. Well, except for a couple. All right. Nick Jackson still works here. Nyla Rose still works here. OC still works here. Ortiz, I think, yeah, he does still work here actually. So he still works here. Pac still works here. Paul White still works here. Penelope Ford literally just had a match on Dynamite, so she works here. Penta is gone now.
Yeah, Penta's gone.
Peter Avalon, he's gone.
That's the might be in the E.
Hobbs still works here. Preston Vance, I think, still works here.
Really?
QT Marshall works backstage. Rebel's gone. Red Velvet still works here.
Yep.
Ray Phoenix still under contract, but
He's
does
still-
not wrestle.
But he does not
being
work
held
there.
against his will.
Not gonna be
Basically, does
there.
not work there. He does not
And
Yes,
work
he
Ricky
there.
does.
Stark, the next
He's
guy.
still
And Ricky Starks
technically.
also basically does not work there.
Oh, yeah, Ricky technically don't work there, still under contract, but does not work there.
Both of them-
Riho
both of
still
them
works there.
Both of them
Is he
niggas are
injured?
getting hit. I don't know if he's injured. I just don't
Ricky is not injured because
No,
we'll speak.
Riho.
Oh,
The
Riho's
Asian Riho?
injured. Riho is
she's-
injured.
If I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
she's hurt.
She has an arm injury. Yes. People talk about she gonna get ID'd and she gonna leave. So I don't know about that, but currently still
I'm talking
signed.
about Black Riho. Oh yeah, no, she's gone. I think she's late.
Ruby Soho still works there, taking care of her child. Sam Guevara still has a job, surprisingly.
Fuck off.
He's
Can't
a
stand Sammy
fuck
Guevara.
Santana.
Okay, Santana does not work there. He's an Impact.
Mhm.
Scorpio Sky, I'm gonna be honest, this dude's missing in action. I don't know where he is.
He might as well not even be working with.
He might be
He's not
retired.
even RH. No,
I'ma
he's not
go with-
retired.
I'm gonna go with probably not. I'm gonna go with the same Ricky Starks thing. You under contract, but you not really under contract. Serena Deeb still works here. Serpentico still works here. Sean Dean still works here.
Mhm.
Sean Spears gone. Sonny Kiss gone. Sting's retired. Stu Grayson got released, came back, and then got released again. Ty Conti taking care of her, still works there, taking care of her child. The Blade still works here. Butcher still works here. Thunder Rosa still works there. Trent still works there, just not getting used. Wardlow
Injured.
on that Ricky Starks contract. No, he's not injured
But
actually.
he's not.
Yeah, no, he's
No,
not.
he's not.
Fucking ass.
He admitted that he's not injured. He's just at home. They don't have nothing for him. They have nothing
Oh
for him
yeah, I
creatively.
remember now.
Which is wild as fuck.
Yeah,
Yuka?
Isn't didn't Thunder Rosa come out saying that she was pissed off about something?
She did. I forgot what the promo was, but she cut a promo about something. And Yuka Sakazaki, she still works there, but she currently works in Japan right now.
Okay. All right.
All right, it looks like my goddamn frame. Okay, now it's not frozen no more. Yeah, it's still frozen. Hold on. God damn it.
Oh, they
It's for the-
actually-
Okay, so if we go in alphabetical, Aaron Solo getting the F already.
Ooh, hold on, real quick. Because some odd reason, some of this shit is frozen. So I'm gonna start with Chrome first. Get Chrome the fuck out of here first. You're gonna end that. And of course I'm gonna go and reopen it. I have no idea why the fuck it is. I have zero idea what the fuck it is.
The Bears are coming back.
Okay, now remember this is from a 2021 perspective. About these motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep it as if. So, like I said, we do not love you, Aaron Solo. Get an F.
Yeah, I don't even know.
So, are we ranking by like currently or like?
Oh no, we're going by how they were in 2021.
Thank you. All right.
So Abaddon, I ain't gonna lie, Abaddon was decent.
Yeah,
you were decent. You was decent. You was fighting for the world championship around 2021. You was getting some wins. You like average. I put you like C.
Yeah, I'll give her a C. I honestly give her a C.
Yeah.
Adam Cole, I ain't gonna lie. When he debuted it.
Ooh, that's A tier. He ain't S tier, but he's A tier. You want to say S tier?
No.
Okay. Adam Page. Okay, here's the thing. I hate you with every bone in my body. I hate you so much. I hate you. But here's the thing. You was having a very good run. So I'm going to have to put you in S tier, my guy. I'm sorry. As much as I hate you.
I ain't going to lie. I would personally put Adam Page in that A tier. The reason why I say that is because it was very predictable that he was going to beat Kenny Omega at the end. Like, even with him being not even jumped out the elite, like him getting kicked out the elite to going to the Dark Order, who had just lost Brody Lee, R.I.P. Brody Lee.
Yeah, R.I.P.
It's kind of crazy because Adam Page was kind of using the Dark Order, like he was treating them like they were some side bitches or something, bro. Like
yeah.
I honestly wasn't fucking with that. Of course they're gonna keep Dark Order around for -1 so he can debut and stuff like that when he gets older. If AEW is even alive at that fucking time when he wants to wrestle, I'll personally give Adam Page an A. I'll give him an A.
All right. You gonna say A too?
I'm gonna say A.
All right.
No, I'll put him in front of Adam Cole though.
Yes,
that's fair.
He's like a high ranking A because Adam Cole was just getting to the company at this time, but still Adam Cole was still coming back from just debuting from NXT because he didn't want that Vince McMahon treatment. I ain't gonna lie, the Dark Order as a collective
in 2021, I'm gonna have to. Here's the thing. This is what fresh off of Brody dying, a couple months later. So you guys were still, the Dark Order was still on a run, mostly because of Brody dying, and the -1 stuff, and them hanging with Hangman. But you guys weren't like winning. If I'm being honest, I'm gonna have to put y'all in like D as a collective. Any Dark Order members got to go in the D tier for me.
Yeah, they were jobbers, but think about it they're like jobbers that were kind of on TV every week, which is kind of weird.
Yes. Dark Order in 2021 was the guys were going to put on good matches but weren't going to win.
You know what? I think as a collective, I'll give the Dark Order a C-.
Okay, so we could put them like low C. Okay, I'm cool with that.
I'll give them like as a collective. I feel like they're a low C. Because like I said, they were really just around at this time.
Yeah,
because they were directionless as fuck. Like, so they had them paired with Adam Page, and it was just like she was just
Stu Grayson. You gotta get Stu Grayson in there.
Yeah, Stu Grayson.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Where is he at? Stu Grayson. Oh, okay. That nigga was hiding. Any other members of the Dark Order in here?
Let me see. We got Allen, Evil. Oh, where's John Silver?
Oh yeah, Johnny Silver's only. I think there's only one that didn't have a mask.
Yeah.
There he is. You know what?
Oh, Alex Reynolds too.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Alex Reynolds. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I'll rank them. If I had to rank them, I'll put Johnny Silver 1. Evil Uno's right here. Alex Reynolds behind him. Stu Grayson, I'll put Stu Grayson between these niggas, because this nigga never talked. I don't remember this nigga talking.
Yeah, he never.
I think he ended up fucking leaving.
Yeah, he portrayed them to join Andrade's group. I'm sorry, no, Rush's group.
Yeah, so he ended up
he joined LFI and didn't do anything. Okay, Andrade. 2021, I'm gonna be honest, Andrade, you wasn't doing much of anything. You had an average run. You was winning, but you was also losing too. So I feel like you gotta go in a C tier as well, because you weren't terrible in 2021, but you weren't winning anything.
You know what? I'm gonna make it simple. Let's do the main eventers first.
Yeah, can we do the main eventers?
Okay, that's fair.
Eventers in the mid quarters first.
Yeah, that's fair.
So let's
mid quarters, all right.
So even with this, I would still put Andrade in the C tier. Obviously.
Yeah,
I do agree too.
The nigga was
if we're gonna do main eventers, then I guess in this row, Danielson is the only one. Oh, technically, that's Britt.
It'll be
Britt.
It'll be Britt.
Oh yeah, Britt. She was champion, so she had an A tier run. It was an S tier though. I think her run was A tier.
I think
it's like A or it's like a A or like a B plus for me.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Britt had beat Sheeta. You know what? I got it somewhere in my notes. The fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, she beat Sheeta for the belt.
She had beat Sheeta like at Double or Nothing that year. But before that, she was injured.
Yeah, she had the injury. I also think did she fight Thunder Rosa around this time, or was that later?
I think she
did the lights out match.
Yeah,
lights out.
Yeah, and now I think that was before her match with Sheeta. That was before she had the championship. So I think that was like one of her matches. That I think, because I think Britt, she was injured the end of the end of 2020. Something had happened. I forgot what the fuck had happened. But even while she was injured, she was still on TV every week.
Her broken wrist.
Then she had it might have been something different from that too. I think she had a multitude of injuries. Because she was in a wheelchair, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think she was in a fucking wheelchair. So
yeah, I do remember that.
You know what? I'll give Britt an A. I'm cool with
that. Nep, what you think?
I'll give her an A too.
I had to put her like in between Adam Cole.
Yeah, I think in between.
Like in between them. Now Bryan Danielson, he had to do shit. It's an S. It's an S for me, man.
It's an S.
Yeah, 100%. That's the first S right there.
This is an S. Now we could do FTR, but FTR had just they had just dropped their belts to
the Bucks, right?
Yeah, to the Young Bucks.
They had a good year. That was what, Inner Circle? No, not yet. I'm sorry. That was Jericho's group. They didn't do the
they were in the Pinnacle.
The Pinnacle, right, with Tully Blanchard and then MJF.
Yeah.
So
which was a spinoff of the Inner Circle.
Yes. Okay, FTR.
I'll give him a solid B plus.
Yeah, I'll give him a B. Yeah.
Because the Pinnacle shit was actually good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were being managed by Tully Blanchard at that time.
Yeah. They were. So yeah, Dax and Cash, put them in B.
I'll give him like a B. Where's Dax at? Where's Dax bitch ass at? Dax is right here. I guess the next main eventer would be Jericho.
Yes.
Yeah, Jericho, he did have like a decent run as a main event.
Oh no, 2021. That was the year Inner Circle was turning face around the time. This was the MJF stuff. So if anything, he wasn't champion anymore, but he had a really good run. And this is before everyone started to hate him.
Yeah, this is when Jericho was actually he's still doing good.
This is when everyone actually liked him still. So this wasn't an A tier run either, but because he wasn't champion, he was kind of just doing whatever. but everything he was doing was still good. So I'd put him in B tier.
Because I was gonna say his rivalry with MJF was good. Especially with MJF joining the Inner Circle and then
turning on him to do the Pinnacle.
The Pinnacle, yeah.
Then they had the Blood and Guts match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the terrible finish, but it's okay though.
So the next main eventer would technically be Christian Cage.
Oh my god. Okay, 2021 Christian Cage. This was a good year for Christian Cage.
He debuted?
Yeah. He debuted.
Oh yeah, that was a legend.
He had came in and he just won like 8 matches in a row.
Yeah.
And got an AEW title shot after that. Because AEW
didn't mention he also won the TNA World Championship. He beat Kenny on the first at Rampage.
Yep.
So he had a really good run. This is, I want to say, I don't want to say S tier. I really want to say S tier. I want to say S tier.
I would say
I don't.
I feel like this would be A plus because if I'm not mistaken, this year he was even at the Rumble this year too.
Probably.
Oh yeah, because yeah. He did the stuff in WWE, and then they let him leave, and then he went straight to AEW.
Yeah, because I remember Edge had debuted at the 2021 before the pandemic started. The 2020.
Yes.
Then he had the feud with Randy, and then Christian came back at the Rumble next year, and then Christian was like, "Okay, I want to do something." He was talking to Vince like, "I feel like we could do something. Maybe it's just really, but it's just by myself or with Edge." And Vince was like, "I ain't got no plans for you for real." So
yeah, he was like, "This was really just a one-time thing. We wasn't really thinking to bring you back for anything." So, I mean, no. But he went to AEW, and the rest is history. So
yep.
Yeah, I'll give it an A. I put him even before Adam Page at this point. Of all,
I would say, I would agree with that.
The next main event,
Phil
would be
okay. Here's the thing. Just 2021. I'm not gonna lie. You got injured, so it kind of put a stump. But then again, you was him and Darby in his first match back. Then him winning the title to then win it again. Actually, I'm gonna have to say this is S tier run. His 2021. This was a good year for him. This was a good year for him.
Title as well, or that would be 2022.
Yeah, I feel like this is S tier because one, the nigga came back from being away from wrestling for a long period of time. He had a
great feud with MJF and
Oh yeah, the dog collar.
Yeah, dog collar. Yeah, that match was splendid.
He had a good match against Darby, which is at All Out. We're gonna be talking about that later. He had a good match against
MJF,
against Eddie Kingston too.
Oh yeah, the Eddie Kingston match was great.
I apologize. Someone said, this is out of context. Someone said they never had mac and cheese before.
Who?
Someone in the Discord server that we are in currently.
Oh, whatever.
Wow, that made me unmute. I'm trying to get ready, and I hear people letting me eat mac and cheese. What the fuck?
No, first, someone said they never had catfish, and second, they never had mac and cheese.
So
that's
you never
crazy.
had catfish and mac and cheese.
I'm from the South.
That's what. Cody Rhodes. Okay, here's the thing. Cody 2021. You was getting mad annoying. You was so annoying in 2021. Yeah. You was absolutely trash. I'm not gonna lie. Character-wise, you stunk. Character-wise, you stunk. I couldn't stand you. All we wanted was for you to turn heel, and you literally flat out and came out and told the crowd, "No, thank you. I'm staying face forever," and we booed you out the building. Get out of here. Get out. But I can't. Hey,
I think this might have even been the time he had that good ladder match with Sammy that year.
He did. That was like his match that he had when he had no contract. He said he was going to do that match and go. So okay, for history's sake, I'm gonna put you in A tier. You had no S tier run in 2021 like that. But.
You know what? Let me look at it real quick because 2021. What the fuck was he doing at this time?
I feel like he was getting beat up by Malachi.
Back at it, Cody Rhodes.
2021.
I think this is the year he got squashed by Malachi.
Oh.
Let me see.
And then Arn Anderson came out with the meme. He's like, I pull out the Glock.
Okay, now I know what he did. So, 2000 at the end of 2020, he had that dog collar match with Brody Lee before he had left for TV, off of TV, and then of course passed away. Then
he dropped the title to Brody for him to win it back in the dog collar match.
And then he ended up losing the championship to Darby at Full Gear.
Yes.
Then he had that bullshit feud with Shaquille O'Neal, which then was the introduction,
the debut of Jade
Cargill. I think he was a Red Velvet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, because it was supposed to be Brandy, but she got pregnant.
And then they had that whack ass match with Anthony Ogogo. Yeah, this nigga's getting a C, honestly.
The America promo, and everyone was like, Cody.
Oh no!
Everyone was like, Cody, no, and then he was like,
that's dropping.
This was also the year they got exposed, where everyone found out that this was technically still when the Elite was doing creative before Tony took over. This is the time where Cody was doing his own booking. So the Bucks and Kenny and them would do booking for the rest of the show, but Cody was like, let me do my own stuff. So they called it the Codyverse, and this was not the best time at all. People started hating him. They want him to be heel. He was being overbooked finishes, dusty finishes. Ironic, but this was not a good year for him. He would probably say it was, but it wasn't.
Yes, so he won against Darby for the TNT belt. He then had that feud with Shaquille O'Neal, where he had teamed up with Red Velvet to go against Jade Cargill and Shaq. He was in the face of the Revolution ladder match for the TNT Championship, but Scorpio Sky won that match. He feuded with Q2 Marshall, which then turned into a feud with Anthony Ogogo at Double or Nothing. Then he ended up beating QT Marshall again in a South Beach strap match, and I don't even remember that shit. I'm gonna be honest about it. I don't remember that goddamn match. Then after that, he got kicked in the fucking face by Malachi Black. Then I think, if I'm not mistaken, Malachi Black beat this nigga both times.
Yes, he squashed him the first time and then beat him again.
Then on the episode of Dynamite, he beat Malachi Black. Then he ended up going against he teamed up with Pac to go against Malachi Black and Andre Idolo. I guess it's before the House of Black was formed. And then he ended up beating Andrade in a fucking Atlanta street fight.
Oh, that was the flaming table spot.
And then he won the TNT Championship off of Sammy. Yeah, that shit was weird as fuck. That was weird as fuck. I'm gonna give it a C. That's just me though.
Yeah. Average run.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was some of the shit was decent, but some of that shit he was doing, I don't know, bro. Some of that shit was weird as hell.
Codyverse, man. Codyverse was a time.
I'm gonna put it in front of Embaddon. I'm gonna give it. It's not necessarily a C plus. That shit just a regular ass C.
C.
So who else would be a main eventer? Not what Eddie King.
Would Darby be a main eventer at this point?
Darby was mid carding at the time. He was mid card.
Okay.
He was kind of mid card. Eddie Kingston was mid card. Dustin wasn't even mid card. He was just there.
Yeah. No. Sheeta was main eventing.
She was.
But I don't remember seeing Sheeta 2021 because he had dropped the belt. Well, you know what? I'm lying. She dropped the belt, the Britt Breaker.
Yeah, so this was towards the end of her. The 2021 she had her run, and then it ended, and she had a very good run.
Trying to see.
It was during the pandemic though, but like I said, it was still a decent run.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the world title scene was kind of But the women, the matches that the women were having on Dynamite every week, they were decent.
Oh yeah,
they were decent. But
yeah, they were good.
Bro, this had to have been the women's division dead ass, like almost at its weakest, honestly. Damn.
This was also a time. There's some women on here that, well, obviously because they're not super main, but they had a lot of women that were from other companies working there.
Yeah.
Some women they fired, and then of course most of the other people were like on Dark. So like Willow was working Dark. They had Evilise and Diamante, but Evilise got fired because she wanted to shoot on people. Diamante wasn't really doing much. They had a lot of women on the roster. It's just none of them were really maining like that.
Yeah, I think this is before Athena, even before Athena came to Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah, this is way before Athena got here. Athena came in, I think, 2022.
Yeah. So that was during a time where let's get the fuck away from Vince type shit.
Yeah.
I think she did get like a C. I
can agree with that.
I think that just might be like I think that just might be because of how the women's division was. I'm gonna have to give them a C.
Yeah, her and Britt, I think, were the ones only really carrying the division on their back at the time.
Yeah, because Ruby Soho wouldn't come until pause, because that didn't sound right, until All Out. Thunder Rosa ain't start popping until after All Out. Red Velvet.
Red Velvet.
It was kind of like a lackey in a way.
Yeah, she was kind of just there, and Jamie didn't reach the star status yet. She was just Britt's muscle, but if you knew her, you knew she was good.
Damn, that's crazy. Well, the next main eventer is of course JK. Let me stop playing now. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. The next one is Jon Moxley.
He had just lost the title to Kenny Omega at winter is that year's winter is coming. He had a very good run. I would say he had an S tier run, honestly. It was only just it would have been better if there wasn't, no virus going around at the time. But his first world championship run was S tier.
I would give Jon Moxley like an A+, C, S- type of, like somewhere between there. Especially him carrying the company during the pandemic before Kenny got the belt. Kenny said until that nigga Tony Khan said, you know what, Kenny, we're gonna give you the fucking title. Fuck that other dumb shit that you're trying to do. I'll give it an A+. I'll give it an A+.
All right, Nep, your tiebreaker.
I'll give it a B+.
Oh shit.
B+?
You said you said B?
A B+. Yeah, B. I guess that's an A.
Give it an S.
Damn.
B+ for Jon Moxley in 2021?
Damn.
I'll give it an S.
That's two S's. That's one B, and that's like an A average though.
That's not good stuff. B+.
A B is crazy.
You think Moxley at this time was a B+? Like in terms of
I gotta hear the reason. Wait, I gotta hear the reasoning for this. Why do you consider 2021 Jon Moxley?
Oh, fucking A.
Oh, I'm about to.
The end of 2021, basically.
That's A+.
So yeah, the NS.
That's about an S. All right, the next main eventer is of course Jungle Boy. No, I was kidding.
Kenny Omega S tier. Do we even really need to say anything?
No argument.
That's the top right there.
In my opinion, fuck the titles. I think Kenny Omega is the greatest AEW wrestler ever, and at this time,
I can agree. I can agree.
Let's see. Malachi Black wasn't necessarily a main eventer yet.
He's still. Let's be real. He's still.
Matt and Nick Jackson.
Okay, 2021. These guys, they were main eventers. These guys had The elite stuff. Okay.
Nigga B.
This was their Was this their second title? No, this was their first title.
The first title reign was great. The second one was not.
This is the second one, right?
B.
I believe
B
so.
better.
If this is their second one, I think I'm gonna have to go with B.
I think this year they had lost. They had won against FTR
For like the
in 2000
time.
in like 2020.
Yeah, I think that was like their second time facing FTR,
and I think,
when they won it.
And then this was before they had dropped it to the Lucha Bros in that steel cage match that we'll be talking about today.
Right.
I have a question.
Right.
Yeah.
You see how people like to rap on the current WWE tag team roster? Has AEW's tag team roster really improved?
Not really.
It's kind of stayed the same. You know, it's because damn, I don't really know. It's kind of stayed relatively the same to me.
I'll say this: 2021 AEW's tag division in 2021 is way better than it in 2024. Even though it's kind of the same.
Significantly better, actually. It's not even just way better; it's significantly.
Like even though it's the same people in the division, like I said, a lot of these teams ended up dwindling. Dark Order is now just 3 people. Top Flight were good, but they kept getting injured. The Jungle, the Lucha? I'm sorry, not Lucha. Lucha Bros Lucha Bros were killing. The Jungle Express Jurassic Express was killing it too.
Jurassic Express, yeah.
So they had a lot of people that were together that are not together anymore. So the Guns, they kind of stunk. I'm not gonna lie, they stunk at the time.
Yeah, I think this is way before Billy Gunn had got with the Acclaimed.
Oh yeah, so Acclaimed were heels. They were not really winning much of anything. You only really liked seeing them because they were rapping.
Yep.
Who else? SCU. So Kazarian and CD, Christopher Daniels, they were still doing good. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky were the men of the year. So you had some decent teams, but they weren't really doing much because it was mostly just FTR and the Bucks and the Lucha Bros taking over everything.
It was just those.
Okay. So where do we put Matt and Nick Jackson though? Like
I would say it's between A and B for me, but I'm gonna go with since they technically lose the titles around this year. I'm gonna have to say for their run, I'm gonna say it's like a B.
Todd, what you gonna say?
Say high B, low B plus. So take it how you want.
Okay, Nep, what you gonna say?
The Eagles are major players.
A B. All right, I'm gonna say S, so that means they get into the A. Let me stop playing. Nah, these niggas is a B. These niggas is going right next to FTR, honestly. God damn, why just put Nick Jackson in? Oh, here he is. I just think they're a little bit better than FTR at this point.
That's fair.
Miro.
Okay.
Because technically MJF wasn't in the main event this time.
Yeah.
Right now.
Miro was TNT champion.
Yeah,
So
the Redeemer.
Yeah, the Redeemer run. This was actually a really good run. He was beating everybody up. So I'm gonna say this is S tier, but it was an A tier run for me.
I'm gonna give it an S. Honestly.
Wait, was he undefeated?
He was.
He was undefeated? Okay, then yeah. Actually, yeah. Okay, then.
I think he was undefeated, but this is like during the time where niggas was like, oh, so this nigga's weakness is his neck.
Oh, right. Okay. So then, yeah, we have to. Never mind. Yeah, I changed my S tier. I forgot he was undefeated around this time. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give him an S. Todd, what you think?
Who we talking about here? Miro. Didn't he win the TNT title around this time?
Yeah, he was already champion, I think, by this time.
Oh, he was already champion? I'll give him...
Because he beat Darby.
Because he had a dominant run. I would say, at this time, he was being booked strongly. You could have made him AEW champion, but Kenny Omega was in the way. I'll give him a solid A. Say A.
So S. Nap, what you gonna say now?
S.
Okay, we're gonna put him in an S then. You know what? I'm
I
gonna
said
put him.
A, but yeah.
No,
go
because
ahead.
I said S. Raro said S. Nep said S, and you said A. So technically, that's still an S.
Yeah, it's still an F. It's low Fs. Well, no, it's mid Fs.
I'm putting. I put him right here. You know what? I put him. I put him. I put it like this. Because I think he was better than being better booked than John Moxley.
Oh, he had a better.
At that
He had a
time, yes.
yes.
I just don't think he was. I don't think he was better than CM Punk or Bryan Danielson or Kenny Omega at this time.
In terms of booking, no.
They were just them niggas was just more over than him. Let's see.
They were more.
Let's see. Pac wasn't the main eventer. Pentagon Jr. and Ray
Phoenix. This is oh man, Lucha Bro. So technically they were on their way to getting to the tag titles, and then they won them. Mm-hmm. So
this is before Death Triangle as well.
This is before Death Triangle?
Yeah, I believe
so.
Yeah, this is before they were forced into a trios tag team and forced to win the tag team championship.
Because the thing about it is, Pac would be on AEW, then the nigga would get injured, and he would come back.
Oh yeah, right.
Again. Then he won the All Atlantic title. Who remembers that?
I remember that shit. Then that's when they introduced the trios belts and said, yeah.
And then he won that. He was double champ.
And it was that shit, yeah. So this is
was he the first double champ in AEW?
It might have been Kenny based off of technicality. Based on technicality.
Kenny was
for AEW for AEW belts, I think it was him.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Because
technically Kenny had 4 belts on him, actually.
Yeah, then he have like a New Japan. Was he New Japan US champ?
Nah, see, he was AEW champion. He was
AEW, TNA, and AAA.
Yeah.
Oh, AAA. And then he lost it to fucking that injury guy. That guy that always gets injured.
Yes.
Yeah, because at this time the unified belts were unified in the Impact Championship was 2 belts. So he was coming out with 4 belts at one time. You know, that shit was fucking ridiculous. You know what? I put Penta and Ray Phoenix. I put him in A.
I'm not naming the guy that keeps on getting injured. Fuck him. Stop getting injured, and then I'll start naming.
I'll put him in. I'll put him A-. I think they're better than FTR and the Young Bucks to me. I'll put him A-.
Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah, I can agree.
Top, what you gonna say?
I'm sorry, I gotta put on my earrings, but I will put them in A as well.
Nigga, fuck your earrings, nigga. Fuck out of
here. Okay.
Fuck you gotta put them Cuban zirconium earrings in. That's crazy.
Fuck out of here.
Damn.
Let's see. Any other main eventers?
Eddie King.
No.
No, the rest of these are mid carders.
Yeah, it's mid card at this point.
Was Sting involved in the main event? No.
Sting had just came in, I want to say 2021.
No, he had just came in. Well, yeah.
It was the same Winners Coming show when Kenny beat Moxley. He debuted.
You know what? For the shits and giggles, let's rank Sting. How do you feel like Sting was doing at this time?
Well, he had just came in, so but it was Sting.
But he was still in that partner. He was just still in that partnership with Darby Allin still too.
True. I'm gonna go with Sting.
And they had that good ass match that took
that tag match with Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. You know what? Yeah, put that man in A or S tier. Either one of those.
Because they had like because when Sting came in, he was having like cinematic matches and shit like that in the beginning.
Yeah. Because they weren't sure how he could wrestle because of his age. But to think about it, he went out undefeated too. He went out undefeated. Oh man. You know what? Just for him being a legend and went out going undefeated. Put that man in S tier.
Nah, but that's not at the time. That's not at the time.
I know, but I want to say just because it's Sting.
I was gonna say technically it is at the time. He was still undefeated in 2021.
Yeah.
He was
but he wasn't 60-0 undefeated like how he finished.
Let's see how many matches this nigga had.
He was
in 2021. I feel like he had
his AEW career.
Yeah, but then again, this is the start of his career, 2021, and he had the match with Darby. So,
that's true. Plus, I think if everyone at the time, I think there was some Good said like yeah.
He
Sting
had
might go
6 matches
undefeated.
in 2021, and he won every single one of them.
Yeah, so he had 5 tag matches, 1 trios match, and was 6-0.
He was only in tag matches.
And then plus you had to remember they didn't have pay-per-views every month or every other month at that point. They was having like once every 3 months, some shit like that.
They only had really the big 4.
Are we saying 2022 AEW's peak AEW? Because this is 2021.
I would say peak is between
Peak-
2021 and 2022, honestly, for me.
Yeah, and then his final year was just
And then 2023 is when that shit started crashing the fuck down. For me.
It's
2023.
Right. It's just accurate.
Yeah. 2021 and 2022 was peak AEW. 2023 is when they started trying to be like WWE for some odd reason. And I was still watching, but I wasn't as excited at the time.
As you should be.
So.
And at this time, well, overall, Sting is undefeated at Revolution, going 3-0 in his matches.
Okay. Then I'm gonna say A tier. Then
I'm gonna give it an A tier for me.
I'll give it an A tier.
I'm gonna give it an A tier.
I'm gonna be the conche and say B.
That's still an A minus, nigga. Fuck out of here.
I'm gonna still be the contrarian. Okay.
That's gonna be an A minus, nigga.
Okay.
So now we move on to mid carders.
So the mid carders, let me see.
Eddie Kingston.
Mid carder, let's see.
Let's start with Eddie Kingston.
Eddie.
The first one would be Darby on this list.
Oh,
That
Darby.
nigga's still a mid carder.
Darby. That's an A tier run for me.
Yeah, I feel like Darby should go right next to Sting to me.
Yes.
That nigga's ass.
What?
That's crazy.
Really?
This nigga is spewing. We gonna get this nigga. We gonna
Anyways,
right next to Sting.
He's had an A tier run throughout his whole AEW career. So, hey.
All right. Todd's favorite person, Eddie Kingston.
B.
This was a B tier run for me.
Funny enough, Eddie Kingston is not my favorite AEW wrestler. Don't know.
You know, I ain't gonna
Is
lie.
Is he like your least? Oh, I'm sorry, no. Mercedes is your least favorite.
Mercedes is my least favorite. But at this time, my least favorite was Adam Cole.
Oh, okay.
Nigga, Adam Cole just debuted. What the fuck?
It doesn't matter. I just don't like Adam Cole.
Daz. Eddie Kingston, I ain't gonna lie, I give him a C minus.
Nep, that's on you.
I'm gonna give him a C minus.
Mid C.
So it's like a C average. That's like a C average. Like a C plus average.
I'd say like later, like if it was like later on, then I would put him like in the B tier.
I'm gonna give like a C plus.
But this is like C tier for Eddie.
Eddie, let's see, any other mid carders? Ethan Page was a mid carder at this time. Jade Cargill wasn't a mid carder at this time because she had just debuted. Lance Archer, I don't think he was a mid carder.
He wasn't really doing much.
Luchasaurus.
Oh, I guess Malachi technically would be the next big name.
Yeah, Malachi Black. Me personally, I'll get it to A.
For 2021, yes, I agree.
I'll get an A.
His booking was decent in 2021, and then it all went downhill.
Let me see. You know what? Let me make sure how many matches this nigga had in 2021. Let me see.
Does that say Kyle Fletcher got the most with December?
Yeah, it does. So 4.
Oh my god. Venus 3. That's good.
Listen. I wish they had a fucking search bar. What the fuck?
Oh, there he is, Malachi Black.
And there's a flag on 4th and 15. Oh, it's going to be on the Rams. Wow, the Bills drive continues. It's crazy.
I can't see his matches for 2021.
Oh,
you have to click his name.
That's CGI. Unbelievable play.
I know, but you
right
can't.
there.
Yeah, right,
you see
right
where
there,
it says
right
Adam
there.
Cole, Malachi Black? You just click Malachi Black.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, thank you. God damn it. He was 8-2. Who did he lose to?
Cody, and then probably someone else.
Of course.
I think he did lose to Cody. Let me see.
It was probably Cody, and I don't know who else he would have lost to. Unless Cody beat him twice.
I was gonna say,
I won't be surprised if he did.
Let me see. It's not even. Let me see. It's not even going to show me who he got beat by. That's crazy.
106 days since their last title match is absolutely abysmal.
It's not even going to show me who he even fucking went against. This singles match right here was against Cody. This tag team match, I'm not sure who the fuck.
Oh, maybe that was the Andrade. Maybe that was the Cody and Miro and Andrade and them.
Yeah, it was. It was Cody Rhodes and Pac defeating Andrade and Malachi. Wow.
Yeah, so that was probably the match that second match he lost to.
I'm gonna still give him like an A or an S tier, honestly.
Yeah, same.
Because when he came in, it was so much hype for that nigga. And then after, bro, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that. That man is being killed against his fucking will at this point. Ty, what you thinking? Ty Black ass ain't here. What do you think, Nup?
About
Malachi Black. Yeah.
I'll say during 2021, I feel like he had a solid run, but I feel like he's been like he's been blocked through like progress by like Cody Rhodes and the rest of the other roster. I'll give him like a high B.
Okay. So that's 2 S's, a high B. That's like an A average. Because Top Black ass ain't here. Let's see. Would MJF be considered a mid-carder? Nah, I don't think so.
He wasn't main eventing.
Let's see. Orange Cassidy wasn't mid. Well, I don't know if he was a mid-card. You know what? I think Orange Cassidy was a mid-card.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. So I guess
who we did so far? Because I was talking down.
Malachi Black, we put him in the A tier.
Okay. Oh, I see a Ricochet copycat.
Orange Cassidy.
OC 2021 OC.
AEW Wrestle.
He about the same. I'll give Orange Cassidy a B.
I said
2021.
I don't think he won the All Atlantic at the time.
No.
No.
But he was in like
he was champion. Yeah.
So I think he was in the
profile feuds. I don't think he was. I think he was in the TNT title area.
Yeah.
So I'd give him like a B, like a 75, a B.
I'm gonna give him a B too.
I'm gonna give him a B. I'm gonna give him a B, like right behind Jericho.
Shout out you, OC though. Still my favorite AEW wrestler.
Let's see, Sammy Guevara.
Oh God. Okay. D.
No, we gotta take account of the person.
Yeah, we have to.
Okay, fine. If we have to take into account, he's currently TNT champion.
Mm-hmm. And before we even get into that, I'm gonna look at what Sammy Guevara actually did in 2021. I know this is during the inner circle shit. This is like during the inner circle shit, and he did become TNT champion. But I'm trying to remember who did he beat for the championship. I think did Miro get injured and it end up?
Oh no, Scorpio Sky. I think it was Scorpio.
What is the Bills defense doing? I mean,
let's see. Yeah,
because Scorpio Sky won the Face of the Revolution match, and then Sammy beat him. And then Sammy got injured, and then I'm sorry, I got it wrong. He beat Scorpio for Scorpio, I think, to beat him again, for Sammy to win it again, then get injured, for Cody to win it. Then they had the ladder match where Sammy beat him.
I'm looking for. Why did it go to 2019? I'm looking for 2021. Thank
Off
you.
topic. Yeah, Rock Nation. It's over. It's over for Rock Nation.
Sammy.
What do you mean Rock Nation over?
No.
Jay-Z just got accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in a
Yeah, I saw
2000 Diddy
that.
party.
What?
2000. So that's 25 years ago.
Nah, no way. Hold on.
Let me look it up.
It's on NBC.
It is on
there it is,
NBC
right there.
News.
Up there.
Wow, that nigga, that man.
Wait,
acted
with
like a
Diddy?
lion.
Yo,
With Diddy? He was at the Diddy parties? Oh no.
He was at the Diddy. Hey, that's a quote.
Allegedly. I say allegedly. My
Allegedly,
bad.
we do not know. We're not experts.
Wow, and you know what's crazy? Academics has said something about some shit that Jay-Z was gonna get hit with something soon, like a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it said academics puts Jay-Z on blast after getting dissed by Rhapsody.
Yeah, this is like 2-3 days ago that he was like, Rhapsody is under Rock Nation. Rock Nation is owned by Jay-Z. He said that Jay-Z is going through a couple of lawsuits right now. And he said one of them in particular is crazy, but he didn't go into detail on what the lawsuit was. This is fucking wild. In 2000? In 2000?
What?
That's 25 years ago. How?
Yo, ain't no way. Oh, that's crazy.
That statute of limitations crazy.
And you know what's funny? When they said Diddy got captured, they were like, Jay-Z's next. And I was like, what did Jay ever do? Other than steal from Dame Dash. I was like, that's all he's done. And, man, I was so wrong. Allegedly.
I guess they're gonna perform niggas in Paris in jail now. That shit crazy, man.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah.
Hey, Kanye ain't in jail. Kanye's not in jail.
Him and Diddy, man. Him and Diddy. But yeah, no.
No.
Sammy Guevara.
Did he gonna do Kanye's part?
That's the feature.
Actually, Sammy Guevara beat Miro for the belt.
He beat Miro? Oh, that's kind of whack.
No, Sammy beat Miro for the belt.
Oh, whack.
Yeah, somehow Sammy ended up getting the belt, but I couldn't remember how he got the belt. And then he dropped it to Cody, which is fucking weird.
Oh, okay.
I'll give Sammy I'll give him like a C plus B minus. Honestly,
I guess for your run, I'll have to give you a C, but really you a D.
Say,
I'll give him. We're gonna give him like a C. So we said we was only gonna do the mid carders and the main eventers. Was Wardlow considered a mid carder at this time?
He was, because he was still MJF's lackey at the time. He wasn't really putting on main event matches, so I'm gonna go with this. He was in the Pinnacle. He was doing some matches.
But
he was like the guy.
I think this is before his TNT title run, though.
This is way before, because TNT title run he had split off from MJF.
Yeah, so we can't count this right now.
So if I gotta count 2021 Wardlow, he was hanging around MJF. MJF, where'd we put him? At like where?
We put MJF around this time. Where do we put MJF? We put him in a. We didn't put MJF on the list either.
Oh, we didn't put him anywhere. Oh, okay. Well, wherever MJF goes, he's going there with him, because they were doing the same stuff around the time. Nothing really super big, but he was involved whatever MJF was doing.
But the thing about it is, MJF was having a feud with the Inner Circle though. I don't think Wardlow was really doing a lot of things this year.
Oh, he was part of that Inner Circle run. He was part of that.
But I'm saying like as far as like the TNT Championship and stuff like that. I don't think he was main eventing.
Oh no,
he wasn't main eventing. I don't think he was a mid carder either. He was just MJF's lackey.
Yeah, he was just MJF's bodyguard. So like I said, whatever MJF was doing, Wardlow was there doing it with him.
That's kind of crazy.
Diddy and Jay-Z apparently, allegedly. But
hey yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's wild. 4-top black ass inside the fade into the darkness and shit.
Okay, Kelsey Plum don't need to be doing that.
Twilight Zone.
Hold on, my bad.
Let's go ahead and get into AEW All Out 2021. Not Brawl Out. I'm talking about the one before. So AEW All Out 2021. It took place in the suburb of Chicago, Hoffman Estates. At the Now Arena, the attendance was 10,126. The buy rate for this show was 205. Let me see, 205,000. If you calculate it by doing $59.99 times 205, we'll get before taxes $12,297,950. So hey,
Crazy.
AEW was getting their fucking bread. Also, this is the first AEW pay-per-view since after the pandemic. Well, I don't actually know that's actually
it's the first pay-per-view to be held outside of Daly's place since the pandemic.
Yeah, this is the first pay-per-view. This is the first pay-per-view to not be held at Daly's place. But this is also the first AEW pay-per-view to be held in an arena since before the pandemic, which was March 2020. So March 2020, and then All Out was in fucking September 2021. So that's a year and some change. So
what a time.
The Bills lost in a shootout.
The shootout is crazy.
42.
That's literally what it was, though.
You can either get the pay-per-view either on Fight TV in North America or internationally, or you can get it on Bleacher Report Live because they had that relationship with Bleacher Report.
Rest in peace, Bleacher Report.
Yeah. Fuck Bleacher Report.
Fuck
That's just me.
Bleacher Report. And fuck out the highlights too.
That's just me.
Fucking brain rot.
I watch all my stuff on Fight now.
You'll be alright.
Hey man, get the network. Let me stop playing.
I do have it. So
they ain't got no network. Fuck them niggas. So if we don't include the pre-show, this pay-per-view had 9 matches. Had 9 matches. Each match on this card pretty much had significance except for like one of them. And we'll get
all right, bro. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you think what do you think is the proper amount of matches on a pay-per-view card?
Proper amount of matches? I would say this.
B-tier AEW pay-per-view.
A B-tier AEW pay-per-view?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like a Full Gear?
I was gonna say like it's like a Full Gear Revolution for me.
Yeah, so on a Revolution, what's the right amount of matches you think?
Me personally, I'm good with like 5 or 6 matches. If you want to do 7, I'd be cool with that. But if you give me like 9
on a B-level pay-per-view.
Yeah, like 5 to 6.
Okay.
And
A-level pay-per-view. Let's say this is like right now.
If it was all out or double or nothing, that joint got it. Okay, that's like 7 or 8 to me.
Okay, so you think 9 is too much?
9 is a little bit much because, like I said, with AEW, especially, I would say this even in overall in their company, it doesn't have to matter what years. Sometimes some of the matches don't even need to be that much. Also, if you're counting buy-in matches shouldn't have 4 matches. It should be at least like 1 or 2.
Yeah, because
I'll give WB. Yeah, I'll give WB credit because when they had their pre-shows and they had matches, it was like 2 matches, and the rest of it was just talking about the card. That's what AEW should be doing. I shouldn't have to sit through 4 pre-show matches.
So the Full Gear that year,
I'm simply acting simply because it's like, you know what the riff nowadays. Such and such pay-per-view should have been 5 matches. Why is this always 5 matches? And you save 10 match cards for the big pay-per-view.
Oh Lord!
I'm gonna say this right now.
I got carried away.
I'm gonna say this right now. 4 or 5 matches on a pay-per-view is not that bad. Especially if here's the thing. Most of it is the title matches. If we're being honest, that's really all you need for your pay-per-view. If you're just showing off the title matches for certain brands, I don't care. Like, because it's still a title match. It still has a good story. You're still getting your point across. And if you want to throw in a match that's important, like with Bad Blood, right? That had what, like 4 or 5 matches? You had what, title matches, and then the Hell in a Cell match. You got one special match. It was good. I don't need like 9, 10 matches on one card just so everyone's story could get one. Not everyone needs to have a pay-per-view match. Sometimes it could just be the titles and then your one special story match, and that's it.
So I got another question.
Yeah, I have a question.
How do y'all feel about that ROH card that had like 25 matches?
That was too much.
Me personally, I wasn't
25 matches is crazy.
I wasn't watching that shit anyway, so it was what it fucking was for me.
I'll be honest, man. I think the maximum a card should have is at least 7 matches.
7? I feel like 6.
For me, if it's like I said, if it's like a WrestleMania or an All Out, if All Out was 2 nights and they had 12 matches, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
but the thing with All Out is that on the West Coast, on our time over here, it's not that bad because it goes from 5 to 9. But on the East Coast, it goes from like what, 9 to like 1 a.m.
Yeah, I think about it from time standards, time zones too. Sometimes it'd be stressful staying up for most of them matches. So I would think you have to have a certain amount of matches on your card to where it's like, okay, certain people are just not going to turn this off or fall asleep during your matches. So
Raro and I is not that bad because we got a good deal out on the West Coast.
How do you think I'm gonna feel when I go to SummerSlam next week on a Sunday?
Oh, that's SummerSlam's gonna be 2 nights next year, right?
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be one night.
I gotta go.
It's gonna be one night, I think.
No, it's 2 nights.
Next year is 2 nights.
Next year it's possible 2-night cycle. Next year.
Oh shit.
I think that's unnecessary. I think WrestleMania should only be the 2-night cycle. I understand what they're doing with their big 4, but SummerSlam does not need 2 nights. That's just me.
It's like, imagine they gave Royal Rumble 2 nights. Like, why does it?
I would be pissed. You cannot.
No, you can't. You cannot do the Royal Rumble tonight. It's got to be one night.
Because what's the biggest AEW pay-per-view? Double or Nothing.
Biggest AEW pay-per-view is Double or Nothing and All Out. Those are like the 2 ones.
So if Double or Nothing was 2 nights, I think everybody would be happy. Everybody would be happy.
Yeah, man, 6 match per night. 6 match per night.
I will be happy. Said they will able to.
With the amount of matches they do, I would if AEW was like, oh, next year's All Out is going to be 2. We're putting out 2 shows. I'd be like, thank God, because I wouldn't want to sit up for one night watching 12 matches all at once.
Long. Like, and that's why we aren't able to do any watch by force. Since it will be like 8 hours. We can do it. That's why we don't do it, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's my one thing. Right? They put on too many matches on one card, especially when some matches. Oh, another thing is certain segments don't need to be on the show too. That's what also makes them extra long. Certain segments you could just did it on TV and it could have been that.
Yeah, man. But that's what I was at. So I was just wondering.
So, but moving on.
I was gonna say the Full Gear that year had 9 matches that year, and the Revolution that took place in 2022, if you don't include the pre-show matches, had 10 matches. But if you count the pre-show matches, it was 13, which is fucking insane to me. Bro.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it just fucking is what it is.
Yeah, yeah, AEW. If there is one thing that needs to change, it's definitely the match pacing and the amount of matches you put on your cards. This is ridiculous, man. I don't need to see all them damn matches on one card.
Man, that's crazy. But anyways, this is Revolution. I'm not trying to look at Revolution, nigga. I'm trying to look at All Out. What the fuck? So anyways, All Out 2021. We had a couple of debuts. We had a couple of people getting their first matches in. We'll talk about that a little bit. In a minute. This is, of course, one of AEW's most highly acclaimed pay-per-views. Me personally, I feel like this is AEW's best pay-per-view.
Yes.
From top to bottom.
Ever?
That's just me. Yeah, ever. From top to bottom. Ever. Had a lot of good matches, had a lot of good debuts. We had like a couple of debuts on this. Not just for the men. There were some women that debuted as well. So the first match, the opening match, was of course Miro versus Eddie Kingston. Now Miro had became champion after being Darby Allin on the May 12th episode of Dynamite. He would then go on to call himself the Redeemer after the win. He would have matches against Brian Pillman Jr., Fuego del Sol, Lee Johnson, Evil Uno, and more. Miro would then challenge Eddie Kingston to a match and label himself a sinner who need to be redeemed. After Miro faced and unmasked Fuego del Sol, Eddie Kingston came out and attacked Miro to set up this match. And then Eddie Kingston also had hit him with a DDT, and that's when he was like, "Yeah, my game plan is to pretty much just fuck your neck up, pause, because that's crazy."
This also was started the meme around the time of "redeem these nuts."
Yeah, that's where the redeem these nuts came from. But Eddie Kingston, of course, this was for the TNT Championship, but of course, Miro would actually beat Eddie Kingston in this match.
Yes, I got the play-by-play here. Miro started off with a German suplex. The turnbuckle pad would then come off. Eddie would land a DDT, but the ref was temporarily distracted by the turnbuckle, leading to Miro kicking out. The referee stopped Eddie from sending Miro into the exposed turnbuckle, and with the ref being distracted, Miro hit a low blow on Eddie, followed by a roundhouse kick and the Machika kick, which was just a bicycle kick to the back of his head, pinning Kingston in 13 minutes and 25 seconds to retain the championship.
We got a response from Rock Nation.
Oh, what they say?
You know what Rock Nation said?
Pull up the tweet.
So the same lawyer that Deshaun Watson had is the lawyer that they have.
Oh, they fucked then. Todd, what you think about this match, man?
Which match were we talking about?
Miro versus Eddie Kingston, the opener.
It was cool. Didn't Miro win?
Yeah,
he did win.
Yeah, it was cool. It wasn't. Oh. Let's just find some random ass cologne in the middle of the block.
Yeah, Todd, you hate watching. Matthew, how you felt about that match?
About what?
About Miro versus Eddie Kingston.
What year is
cool. This is 2021.
Oh, okay. I wasn't watching AEW in 2021, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh,
I feel like I'm the only one that can really give how this really went. For me, this match was okay. I wasn't that big of an Eddie fan in 2021. If anything, this match.
He said the same thing I said, and I'm hate watching. That's insane.
Because you'll be looking at AEW with just hate in your heart with malice.
I really don't actually. The only person I hate in AEW is the owner. Outside of that, I like the wrestling. I like the wrestlers.
Oh, so that means you like Mercedes then, because you said you only hate the owner. So,
no, she's basically the owner's. Let me not say that.
What about the EVPs?
They're cool when they don't act like they need to book everything around themselves.
What about the how you feeling about the EVP trigger though?
Well, we just gotta keep on calling that the EVP.
Anyway,
that's what they call it. What you mean? That's
moving on. The next match
is Jon Moxley versus Kojima. So during this time, Tony Khan was actually trying to establish a relationship with both TNA and New Japan. Both of the motherfuckers' relationships suck. I ain't gonna lie. Especially the TNA one, that was dog shit. Jon Moxley
one was to really just bring up AEW. They used them as a stepping stone,
which is crazy as shit in my opinion. And then they just said, you know what, New Japan, you know what? A lot of our wrestlers in the company now started New Japan. So let's see if these niggas can come over here real quick. And that's pretty much how it was.
Reminder: Scott D'Amore said that the AEW partnership is better than the NXT championship. NXT partnership as of right now.
That motherfucker's lying. He's not even in a fucking company, so we don't care about him.
Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that.
Not anymore. I did agree with it because the NXT partnership had just started, and the partnership for AEW made people watch TNA more. Mostly because Kenny was on it, but viewership went up for them. Scott was basically saying in viewership status, people started watching Impact because of the partnership with AEW. And he's like, the NXT relationship hasn't gotten there yet, but it has the ability to get there. As far as I'm concerned, I ain't watched TNA anymore after they fired Scott, so I can't really speak on how the viewership is for TNA as of right now since the NXT partnership. But you know,
I think in another Discord, I think I had a conversation about this. This might have been some months. Might have been like some months ago. RIP to the dub.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I had a conversation about this, and because it was an AEW dick rider.
Oh my god!
Who sat up here and said,
I know exactly what he's talking about.
He said, "Oh, the relationship between AEW and TNA was very beneficial." And I said, "Huh? Let's go look at the numbers real quick, then, shall we?"
It was very beneficial for
And
AEW.
I said, "Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the pay-per-view vibes, and let's look at the actual numbers for daily television because them niggas at that time was on fucking Twitch, if I'm not mistaken.
They were on Access.
They were on Access and Twitch, I believe, at that time. If I'm not mistaken. They were like a double stream. Shit was fucking weird.
Can I quickly compare in my perspective? So back then, people weren't buying the TNA streaming service. Now the streaming service is on sale, which means that a lot of people are buying the streaming service.
And then not even that TNA, they're doing the whole month of December for free.
And not only that also means that they're making a lot of money with people who are showing up to their shows. They've also sold out multiple pay-per-views since the NXT partnership. More and more wrestlers are getting more and more over and signing big contracts at other companies, i.e. Mike Bill. And which is crazy because Mike Bailey was supposed to show up for this fucking tournament. He hasn't. But we're not gonna talk about that. What else? You've had multiple NXT superstars go to. It's not like you only have one or two or three NXT. You've had 10, 15, 20, 25 show up on TNA. If I'm not mistaken, you have an active storyline with the TNA booker, technically, and Santino Marella and his daughter. And if I'm not mistaken, they're also looking at stadium shows for next year in New York and LA. Or at least bigger venues, a lot bigger venues. I think they're doing 2 in LA and 2 in New York, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to look that up.
Yeah, we will have to look for that one.
But either way, TNA since you fired Scott D'Amore, screw you and your product. I'm still not watching. But good luck to you though.
So I'm gonna tell you.
I found it. Slammiversary is gonna be in the UBS Arena, which is a big deal in my opinion.
For them, yeah.
Let me see. There is Rebellion is gonna be in the Galen Center. And yeah, that's about it. That's the 2 pay-per-views they announced.
So I'm gonna say this real quick. Since niggas talking about it was beneficial. For TNA, their pay-per-view buys went down. I mean, their pay-per-view buys with Kenny, it went up, but their TV went down. They actually did the lowest viewership they ever did in Access TV history, and the lowest they did was 69,000 viewers.
Yeah, only time people really watched Impact was when Kenny was going to be on the show. I'm just being honest.
But the thing about it is, they were consistently getting 150,000 viewers before Kenny got there.
Yeah, so only a couple people tuned in because they were like, Kenny's going to be on the show. But according to Scott, he was like, their pay-per-view rates because of Kenny went up a little bit more than they really did. So he's like, that's why he was like, it's beneficial right now. He said when it started, it's not, because everyone was like, it's already beneficial. And he's like, no, it's not, because they just started. He's like, but they can get better, which I think they did. I can say right now that the partnership with NXT and TNA is way better than AEW. When it started, I could not agree because I was like, they ain't hit them numbers yet. They ain't really do much yet. So I was like, I can't agree.
Because I'm trying to find the pay-per-view that actually did very good. Oh, let me see. I think he was defending it might have been Slammiversary of that year. It might have been Slammiversary that did good.
And guess who has 40 points again?
Nikola Jokic.
Mm-hmm. Now, luckily, they're winning, but this is getting ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, fuck what Kenny talking about. But yeah, so pretty much John Moxley. We were talking about the John Moxley match. So pretty much John Moxley came out on an episode of Dynamite, and he pretty much like an open challenge to any Japanese wrestler who was willing to face him. Kojima came out, and that was like the last match that got set up for All Out because that shit kind of happened at the last fucking minute. Of course, John Moxley won. I don't have no notes of this match. I dead ass don't even remember this motherfucker.
I do. John Moxley would face Kojima. Moxley would avoid his lariat and twice perform the paradigm shift for a pinfall victory at 12 minutes and 10 seconds. Following the match, Moxley was confronted by Minoru Suzuki in his unannounced AEW debut, and they traded strikes before Suzuki put Mox down with his Gotch-style pile driver.
So thoughts on John Moxley? You know what? Ty hated John Moxley during this time, so I can't even say that.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right.
It was a decent match. I wasn't really watching New Japan much at the time after most of everyone kind of left. Well, not everyone left, but everyone was still kind of just doing whatever. Will was there. Jay was still there, but it wasn't really much of anything.
Was having a game.
But Suzuki making his debut was pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
All right, so the next match was, of course, for the AEW Women's Championship. Chris Statlander with Orange Cassidy had won against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, with Jamie Hayter and Rebel on her side. Both of them motherfuckers was injured, I think. But anyways, Britt Baker had pretty much defeated Sheeta at double or nothing in May. They captured her first AEW Women's World Championship. Chris Statlander will return from her ligament injury that kept her out of the ring since mid 2022, which was back in June. Chris Statlander will go on an undefeated streak, and because AEW had a ranking system at this time that they don't give a fuck about no more.
They do though.
I just want to say, I just love the fact that they keep bringing back the ranking system to take it away every single time.
Had a ranking system. Statlander will become the number one contender for Britt Baker's AEW Women's Championship, and that match was set for All Out. Of course, Britt Baker, she kept her championship.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to remember. Did she win clean? She might have won clean.
Let's see here. Okay. Baker avoided Statlander's Area 51 splash. Area 451 splash and escaped the Spider Crab submission hold. Stat kicked out at 2 pins, and one after Britt landed a Pittsburgh Sunrise. Was basically just Adam Cole's Panama Sunrise Canadian Destroyer move. And one after Baker landed a curb stomp. Baker applied the lockjaw hold for the submission victory, and this match lasted 11 minutes and 25 seconds. After this match, Andrade would have a backstage interview where he hyped up his future match against Pac. He didn't really say much, but like I said, it was just them hyping up their future match. This would lead to the Steel Cage Tag Team title match.
Yep, so the Lucha Bros, which consisted of Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix, won against the Young Bucks, who were the tag team champions at this time. That, of course, consisted of Matt and Nicholas Jackson. In the Steel Cage match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. So the Young Bucks have won the tag team titles off of FTR at Full Gear back in November 2020. The Young Bucks will go on to successfully defend their titles for months. However, they would win using illegal tactics, which included the Elite interfering in their matches. Because of this, on an episode of Dynamite, it was announced that they would defend the tag team championship belts in a steel cage match at All Out against whoever won the Eliminator tournament that consisted of Private Party, Jurassic Express, the Varsity Blondes, and of course the eventual winners, the Lucha Bros. And of course, the Lucha Bros won against the Young Bucks here. And what
me personally, this is match of the night for me. Let me give you the rundown here. So, the Young Bucks were accompanied by Brandon Cutler and Don Callis at joint commentary. The Lucha Bros came out and they actually had the dude who does their entrance music perform it live. So their entrance is pretty cool. Young Bucks would perform More Bang for Your Buck on Phoenix, which was basically the fireman's carry into the 450, into the Swanton. Penta would break up the pin. The Bucks would then use their gimmicked thumbtacked shoe. And then they would hit a BTE trigger on Penta for Phoenix to break it up. Phoenix then used the thumbtack shoe and landed a black fire driver on Matt, but Matt would kick out. Phoenix, Penta, and Nick would end up bleeding later in the match. The Lucha Bros would then perform a diving stomp into the Fear Factor pile driver, but Nick, but Matt would break up the pin. Phoenix would then climb to the top of the cage and then do a crossbody off top of it onto the three men. The Lucha Bros would then hit their Lucha Bros driver on Nick for Penta to pin Nick at 22 minutes and 5 seconds for the Lucha Bros to win the tag team titles.
Mm-hmm.
This was match of the night for me. This made me become a Lucha Bros fan. Sucks to see what's happening to them now. But they were very much the GOATs after this match.
Me personally, this was the tag team match of the year. Honestly,
yeah. Oh yes.
Tag team match of the year. And I feel like the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks, they kind of established themselves as one of the top 5 tag teams in the business at that point. Because I'm trying to figure out who would be the top, who would be in that list considering WWE, because I don't think it would be the New Day.
Around 2021? Oh man, I wasn't really watching WWE like that as much. Yeah, wait, hold on.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I kind of stopped watching a little bit after this. So
it might, this might have been Jay and Jimmy Uso. That might have been that year. Who else? Undisputed Era were not really looked at.
They broke up.
The Street Profits, that Street Profits were decent that year. Damn. Yeah,
I really don't know. Their tag division kind of stunk in 2021. I'm not gonna lie.
This might have been the time where Jay and Jimmy Uso, like, you know what?
Hey, okay, bro.
Let's just run through these niggas real quick. Pause.
Man, okay, bro, was going on at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah. But other than that, it won a lot of tag teams in WWE. There was RK Bro, there was the Street Profits, of course there were the Usos. LWO didn't exist at this time. I'm trying to remember. I know. Shit. Now Reggie was somebody else's lackey. I think Omos with AJ Styles at this time, or was he with MVP?
I don't know.
He might have been with MVP.
I think Omos was with AJ.
Okay, so I'm looking. It says here these were the tag teams in 2021. Alpha Academy, the Bloodline, Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz, Corbin and Riddick Moss.
Oh my god.
Let me see. The Dirty Dogs.
This shit is terrible.
Oh wait. That counts. Hurt Business. Let me see. Dom and Ray. The New Day. RK Bro.
Shout out Chris Paul. He is not number 2 on assists.
The Street Profits. Viking Raiders.
I think it was
AJ and Omos, Breezango, the Artist Collective, which was Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh hell no! I remember that shit.
I remember that team.
God damn.
As Ty said, Hit Row, Lucha House Party, Retribution.
Oh my god.
Retribution? Oh nah. Retribution was still around in 2021.
Y'all wasn't messing with Mace, Reckoning, Slapjack, and T-Bar?
Who?
I don't mess with you either. But we here. We have to understand.
You know what?
No.
All right. I forgot.
The only thing I know about T-Bar is that he is currently known as Dijak, but shit.
Yeah, Miz and Morrison too. They were there.
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna lie. These tag teams.
Yeah, Lucha Bros is tag team.
Hey, wait, hold on. Come on. What about Ridge Holland and Sheamus now? Come on.
Hey, yo, come on, man.
Them niggas was alright. Them niggas was alright. When that year where Sheamus had that little black mask and shit?
Around that time, yeah.
Yeah, nah, man, that shit was ass.
Yeah, their tag team division in 2021 was kind of ass. The only good tag team division was NXT because they had Diamond Mine, Grizzled Young Vets, Imperium, Legado, Mustache Mountain, MSK, Pretty Deadly. Like, man, they had some good teams on NXT, but as far as the main roster joints, them joints was trash.
And mind you, most of the tag team matches were ended by disqualification.
True.
Oh man,
I didn't give a
shout out Neff for training me Dyson Daniel. He has another 5 still game. Thank you.
But we move on. Hold on. I gotta ask. Did anyone else who was watching, I guess, who thought about this tag team match? I know Matt said he wasn't watching, so he's disqualified. So anyone else?
Yeah, no, this match was match of the night. Like I said, it was match of the year for me. Like I said, this review of Deadass as a whole was the best AEW pay-per-view for me. But this tag team match, I think this might have been the first time where Matt and Nick Jackson were doing the gimmick shit with the fucking shoes. I think this might have been the start of that.
Yeah, this was the first time. This was the first time they brought out the thumbtack shoe, and then next year they would do the exploding shoe. So very interesting.
Yeah, so that was the first time they started doing this. I think the consensus was that everybody in the wrestling community was actually happy that the Lucha Bros won the world titles off of Matt and Nick Jackson. Especially with how long they had been the company. Also, fun fact: the Lucha Bros beat Matt and Nick Jackson at the first ever All Out pay-per-view.
Yes, in the ladder match for the AAA tag team belts.
So it was kind of like damn, it kind of like 2-0 against the Young Bucks at All Out type of shit.
Yeah,
so it was kind of like that. Yeah, I enjoyed this match. I think this was like the longest match on the pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken.
22 minutes. Yes, this was.
And and the thing about it is, it didn't feel that long. It didn't feel that long at all.
Yeah, the main event came close, but it was 21 minutes.
We had a lot of action that was close to, when it's slowed down, you actually feel how long it is. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
I'm sorry. No, this next match actually came close, but they didn't. But the tag team match was 5 seconds longer.
So the next match is, of course, the 21 woman battle royal, casino battle royal, and whoever won the battle royal was going to get a future AEW World Championship match. The 21 women was as followed: Sheeta, Sky Blue, Emi Sakura, the Bunny,
Sky Blue
Abaddon,
still can't wrestle, by the way.
the Bunny, Abaddon, Anna Jay, Kiera Hogan, Keelan King, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Diamante, Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa, Penelope Ford, Riho, Jamie Hayter, Big Swole, Tay Conti, Red Velvet, Layla Hirsch, Jade Cargill, Rebby, and of course a debuting Ruby Soho.
Yes. So I'm not going to say who got eliminated, but the point is, yes, the final entrant was Ruby Soho. She was the Joker for this. The final 3 women in the match were Ruby, Rosa, and Rose, Nyla Rose. Thunder Rosa eliminated Nyla after drop kick her off the apron. And then on the apron, Ruby Soho landed a enziguri to eliminate Thunder Rosa at 22 minutes. She would then face Britt Baker and lose. Ruby Soho came in on a ball of fire. She got, I think, one of the biggest pops of the night on this pay-per-view, and they did absolutely nothing with it afterwards.
Dude. This had to been like a thing where Tony Khan saw a cute toy. So you know what? I'm a good toy. I'm gonna play with it for a little minute. Pause. And just to never motherfucking book her ass properly. Also, there was a controversy in this match because Rio had never gotten eliminated. She had never properly got eliminated, and she had video footage of the shit. So they kind of brought it up. They kind of brought it up on the Dynamite after All Out, and niggas was like, "Huh, it is what it is, though." So, but the person that had the most eliminations were Nyla Rose, and behind her was Jade Cargill. And soon, I think Jade Cargill would get the TBS championship soon.
Oh, yes. Another thing that they fumbled with Ruby Soho, they would make the TBS title. She would face Ruby in the finals for it, and in a very trash match that Ruby carried her all the way through for Ruby to lose. So another opportunity to put Ruby over, and you didn't. But whatever.
Shit was trash.
Just to remind our viewers here, this 2021, this is when Jade was absolutely trash at wrestling. She was not good. So she was getting all these wins and all these opportunities, and she wasn't even a good wrestler.
Yeah, she damn near held the belt for damn near 2 years. So
off a Goldberg streak. Crazy.
Just because she was bad as hell. She did have aura, though. That I can't lie. She did have crazy ass aura.
No, she had aura. It's just that she couldn't hold that aura in the ring. That's all I'm saying. She's much better now. Well, also, that's not really her fault. AEW didn't properly train her, according to her. And she got proper training when she went to WWE, which is good. So she's a lot better now. But AEW, yeah, she was hot garbage.
Also, Jade Cargill, when it came to one-on-one matches, all her matches were lasting less than 60 seconds.
Oh yeah, all she was having was squash matches, so it didn't help her at all. So when she went against Ruby and it wasn't a squash match, like I said, she got exposed mad crazy. When Athena fought her too, that she got exposed super crazy. So
what's Athena exposed to?
Because that match wasn't that great either on both parts, but Athena looked better than Jade. So.
Hey man, it been like that. But Taekwon, your thoughts on that?
I was excited when Soho came out. Very excited for her. She brought a different flavor to the roster.
A different flavor.
Yeah. It was sad to see her immediately lose to Britt Baker, but Britt Baker had a reign of terror during the time, so it was. I guess it was whatever.
What flavor was she, if you don't mind me asking?
She added a different flavor. Okay, I can't say that she added a different flavor. Is that like impossible to understand?
Anyway,
so
Nep, were you watching at the time? You got anything to say about this?
No, I've been watching wrestling during that time.
Nep, Nep was a toddler during this time, man.
Right. Don't disrespect my age, man.
Was Matt watching? Matt
no, he wasn't.
This was during a time where Matthew was being delivered.
If anything, this whole review.
Bitch, I was 15. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you 4'10" anime hair motherfucker.
That's crazy. 4'10".
This is after he made the list and decided to become delivered after this.
Crazy. Anyway,
He made that look. Wait,
this next
Also-
match.
Also before that, Andrade and Pac was supposed to have a match, but the match got scrapped because Pac was having traveling issues
Of course.
because of the pandemic that was going on in England around this time. So
Oh, you're right.
so they had to move it to like an episode of Rampage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yo, that's what I was saying earlier. He had the backstage interview. They were like, "Yo, so Pac's not here. So what we gonna do about that?" And he was like, "It's fine. We'll see each other on Rampage. You know, I'll beat him up because I'm Andrade and all that other stuff."
Looking like a Arkham Origins fucking character. That shit crazy, man.
Looking like Black Mask. Crazy.
That's dead ass. That's dead ass his gimmick. He's just Black Mask. Sue and all. Like,
Absolutely wild.
So the next match is, of course, Chris Jericho versus MJF. So we kind of got to go back a little bit for this one. Hold on. What the fuck I had in my notes for this? Okay, so how this pretty much started was that MJF was trying to become part of the Inner Circle. All the Inner Circle members was like, they were kind of like skeptical of MJF. Deadass. If I'm not mistaken, they were kind of skeptical of MJF the entire time while he was in the faction. I think.
Oh yeah, they were.
Especially Sammy Guevara. So Chris Jericho was like, you know what? Fuck it. If you can beat me at Full Gear, I'll let you join the Inner Circle. So MJF had pretty much defeated Chris Jericho, which then allowed him to join the Inner Circle. So time goes by. Of course, MJF and Chris Jericho, they end up getting on the New York Times and shit like that because of what the fuck they did on the episode of Dynamite. So months go by, and Chris Jericho had just discovered that MJF had pretty much been plotting against him and was about to kick him out of the Inner Circle. And MJF, in a gotcha nigga moment, he said, "You know what? I don't give a damn if I leave the Inner Circle, because I'm gonna create my own shit. I'm gonna create the Pinnacle." So the Pinnacle, the Pinnacle members that came out and attacked the Inner Circle, and then that led to their blood and guts match, which the Pinnacle had defeated the Inner Circle because MJF had threatened to throw MJF up. MJF had threatened to throw Chris Jericho off the cage, and they pretty much surrendered. Yeah. Jericho was like, you know what, fuck this shit. I want a one-on-one match against MJF. And at first, MJF was like, you know what, nah. And then he's like, you know what, we're gonna put you through a series of matches. I forgot what the fuck it was called.
There was like a certain name for him, but I want to say he called them trials, but
it might have been the Trials of Jericho.
Yeah,
it might have been. So like this nigga. No, it was called the Labors of Jericho.
Oh, okay, right.
And he would have him. He pretty much had him go against Sean Spears, Nick Gage, which was fucking weird. I think they used Nick Gage to promote his Beyond the Mat.
Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah. Juventud Guerrera, which is weird as shit because they didn't have a good match at all. I don't think they did. But he had pretty much he had one against Wardlow. So after that, he pretty much had lost his match against MJF. And
wait, I forgot. Speaking of the Nick Gage match, I want to put a funny point. This was also the match that because Nick Gage's weapon of choice is a pizza cutter. He would use this in the match, and then when they would go to picture in picture, a Domino's commercial played. So everyone thought it was funny. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is funny as hell." This got them in trouble because someone in WWE went and snitched to Domino's and was like, "Yo, they got violence while they played your thing." And Domino's was like, "Hey, yo, can we not do that?" And everyone basically called WWE a bunch of punks for that. But I thought it was funny.
Yeah, so because he had lost that match against MJF, he had pretty much had banned Judas from being the Judas the theme song to be banned. So nigga Jericho was just coming out with no motherfucking the nigga was just coming out to no music. And this is during the time where the crowd where Jericho would come out and the crowd would sing Judas for him, which was actually kind of fucking cool. Also, he also banned Chris Jericho from using the Judas effect. So Jericho had pretty much challenged MJF to another match, and MJF was like, "Man, fuck all that dumb shit." And then that nigga Jericho was like, "You know, if I lose, I'll agree not to ever wrestle again." And MJF was like, "You know what? Bet, say less." And it's crazy now I'm thinking about it because everybody in their fucking mom thought that Jericho was losing.
I didn't think he was.
I think a lot of people thought that Jericho was losing this match. Because it was specifically like he wouldn't be able to compete in AEW. So motherfuckers was like, okay, this nigga might be going back to New Japan or some shit. Or going to WWE or some shit. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, he lost the match, and then it got restarted, and then Jericho ended up winning. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes. I have as always, I got the play-by-play. So Fozzy, his band would perform the Judas entrance. Jericho would powerbomb MJF on the ring apron, damaging MJF's back. Wardlow would then walk towards ringside, but then get attacked by Jake Hager, drawing two referees to stop the brawl, distracting Aubrey Edwards, which then MJF would hit Jericho with his baseball bat named Floyd, and then hit a Judas effect. In a false finish, Aubrey Edwards counted the successful pin for MJF because she did not see Jericho's foot placed on the bottom rope. But Paul Turner, one of the referees who came out, corrected her error, and the match restarted, and Jericho countered MJF's Salt of the Earth armbar, placing MJF in the walls of Jericho for the submission victory at 21 minutes and 15 seconds for the Inner Circle to come out and celebrate with Jericho right afterwards.
That's crazy. This is crazy. This is a 9-day difference between niggas loving Jericho and niggas wanting Jericho to get the fuck off our screens. This is crazy.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, when I went to the AEW event, Jericho came out and my dad was screaming at him to retire. Everyone in the crowd was like, no, we can't let Jericho, like, don't say that. Like, they were like, don't say that. Crazy how now everyone wants him to just leave.
Yeah.
Everybody, that nigga has go away heat. Like, nigga, get the fuck on, bro. Like, it's not even heel heat. It's just like, bro, like you done enough, bro. Get the fuck on, bro.
I love how it became his character, though. If there's one thing about Chris Jericho, he is literally the master of reinventing himself and making anything a gimmick. Like, for real. Like his reinvention skills is amazing. Like, for real. They were like, retire, and he was like, okay, I'll just make that my gimmick. I'm always taking up TV time, and y'all hate me all the time. So, you know.
That shit was fucking wild as fuck. Taekwon, you got anything to say about that?
No.
That nigga sound out of breath.
Why do I sound out of breath? What the hell are you talking about? No, I don't have much to say about this match. It was a whatever match to me. I didn't really care about this Inner Circle with Pinnacle shit at the time. So, yeah.
That's crazy as hell. Matthew said he didn't watch it. Matthew said he didn't watch it. So we're going to go into the next match, which was the debut match of CM Punk. And CM Punk was going to go against Darby Allin. Let me see. Was this the match? Let me make sure. Yeah, it was CM Punk versus Darby Allin. I'm not gonna get into the Paul White versus QT Marshall match because that shit was ass. That shit was goddamn garbage.
3-minute squash match. I'll just run it down real quick because I have it here.
It was one of the worst matches of all time.
He basically hit a choke slam and pinned him in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Just came out, well, it's Paul White, and just killed him. Moving on.
Yeah, like it's crazy because the matches before this were good matches, and then you had this bitch ass Paul White and QT Marshall match, and that fucked it up. Just doing the shit for shits and giggles. So, like I said, CM Punk versus Darby Allin. CM Punk, who had pretty much had just returned from had his return to pro wrestling after being a while for a long period of time. They
You
came
said a
back.
while from a long period of time.
I said CM Punk was away from wrestling for a long.
You said a while.
His first wrestling match since 2014.
Bitch ass bitch. But anyways, done fucked up my goddamn train of thought.
You said it was Punk's first match coming back, and he was giving the rundown of how we got to this point.
Oh yeah. So CM Punk had pretty much he had been retired since about 2014. In the beginning of July of that year, 2021, it was pretty much rumors that CM Punk was going to come back to professional wrestling, specifically AEW. Especially AEW, and pretty much everybody was pretty much denying it, from Tony Khan to the EVPs and shit like that. And then Darby Allin, it might have been during Fire. It might have been on Fire the Fallen, if I'm not mistaken. Here, pretty much Darby Allin had pretty much like a promo, like a vignette, saying that he wanted to face the best in the world. Everybody was like, CM Punk about to debut soon. So at the first dance, which is pretty much, I think that was like the debut episode.
The first episode of Rampage.
That also included Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage for the unified TNA Impact Championships. CM Punk had pretty much had debuted, came out, had the first 30 minutes of Dynamite. Niggas was crying, babies was getting made, niggas was jumping from Joey and shit. Niggas was excited and shit.
I just want to ask this. Okay, clearly Nep and Matt weren't watching, so I'm not gonna ask them. But for you two, Ty and Dry, where were you guys when CM Punk came back to professional wrestling?
Well, that's this 2021 Wednesday. I was at this time. I hadn't started college.
When was I working? October 2021.
I was an essential worker, so I was working in the grocery store at this time. This was before I started college. So on Wednesday, so the thing about it is, I specifically told my manager that I need this Wednesday off. I dead ass need this Wednesday off because I need to be home if CM Punk is coming back to professional wrestling, bro.
Who was I working on? Let me see. October. I wasn't working. I was jobless, so I was home. I was more than likely watching too.
So this on, if I'm not mistaken, this was on a Friday. So yeah, I pretty much told her, don't put me on the schedule for Friday. I need to be home. And I remember like it was yesterday, bro. When CM Punk came out, bruh, everybody and their fucking mom, bro. Promise to God. Even on Twitter, everybody was fucking excited. Everybody was like, CM Punk's back. Niggas is like, I ain't know CM Punk was gonna come back. You know, people having stories of that, like their best friends passing away and stuff like that.
It was one of the reasons why a lot of people were watching wrestling.
So it was kind of like a feel good moment when he came back. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, for me, so he's one of like my favorite wrestlers. Like literally, it's like him. I'm sorry, no, it's Cena, him, and AJ for me. Those are like my top three guys that I was watching growing up. So when he left in 2014, I was devastated. I was so pissed, angry, sad. I had all types of emotions. So when this got announced that it was like, oh, he might be coming back and for AEW in Chicago, I was like, no way. And I got hyped. I was my day off. I was working at a grocery store. Friday, I think it was my day off. I wore my CM Punk shirt. I was hyped. My dad was like, he's not coming. And I was like, well, prepare to eat your words, old man, because he's coming. And I remember the it turned on. I'm sitting there with my dad in the living room. They're chanting CM Punk. Then that cult of personality hit, and I jumped. I'm screaming. I'm going crazy. I almost cried. I didn't cry like dude on that actually went to the show, but I almost did. It was mad emotional for me because I was like, one of my goats came back, and I felt like, I was like, I'm back. Like wrestling is back.
Let's put this in perspective, bro, because AEW sold out the United Center just based off the fact that CM Punk could return, not would.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even certain. Yeah, right. It wasn't even certain. It wasn't even official. It was just. Official. It was like he might show up. We don't know. Like he was, and he was making teasers about it on Instagram. They were calling it Last Dance. It was going to be in United Center. He played the Chicago Bulls theme on his Instagram. So people was like, "Oh, he's definitely coming." And people were like, "What if it's MJF just trolling?" And I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'd cry." And I'm waiting. People's like, "Oh, it's going to be MJF. It's going to be MJF." And then the Cult of Personality hit, and everyone was like, it's still not him, though. It's still not him. And then he walks out, and I swear, I literally was like, oh my God. I was so happy. So happy. I wasn't that happy about it. Like, I haven't been happy about a debut like that in a while. Like, the last time I got hyped for something like that was Jay White showing up in AEW officially.
So let me put this, because I lied and I said this was the Christian Cage and Kenny Omega match. This wasn't. So the first Rampage episode, it took place August 13th in Pittsburgh, because that was kind of like during the time when Britt Baker was the women's champion. So that's kind of how they were doing it for that one. That one had the Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega match. That was the Miro versus Fuego del Sol. I think that might have been the actual match where he actually took his mask off, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, Dr. Britt Baker went against Red Velvet, which was fucking weird. Like I didn't give a fuck about that match. Now the next Rampage was when CM Punk came back, and that was on August 20th, 2000. August 20th at the United Center in Chicago. So they did us in this one. They did a 1.2 million viewers and got a 0.53 in the key demo.
They'll never see them numbers ever again on Rampage. Never saw them ever again.
That 0.53, y'all niggas ain't never seen that shit again.
Yeah, Rampage is never gonna see that again. Rest in peace, Rampage. I'm sorry, no, rest in piss, Rampage. Thank you very much.
What you mean, rest in peace?
That's why I said rest. That's why I changed it. I was like, rest in peace. I was actually no, rest in piss. Because when you guys get canceled, it's gonna be nobody watching Rampage. Ain't nobody watching Rampage. I don't even know if anyone's gonna watch.
The only time we watch Rampage is when our Queen Mariah May is on TV. That's it.
Oh yeah, honestly, that was the only time I was watching Rampage.
Who's Howard?
Me and Byros, motherfucker.
No, when you say Howard, you're including.
Oh no, he's talking about
that. I don't fucking include you, bitch.
You never liked Mariah May when she came in. It was me and Matthew.
Mariah May is beautiful, but like, that's not my queen, bro.
She's our white queen.
White queen is crazy.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, but during that day, no cap, you couldn't get on wrestling. CM Punk came out with a new shirt. You couldn't even get on wrestling tees. You couldn't get on Twitter. Like, even the YouTube feed had like 1 million in like 12 hours. And it peaked on number 1. The whole debut clip peaked at number 1, and its promo peaked at number 2. So that was crazy. So yeah, he came back, said that he's gonna go against Darby Allin on the episode of Rampage. And this is pretty much that was pretty much how this match is pretty much set up, honestly.
Yes. So we then get into the match. As Uriah said, it was circulating that Punk would return. Also, this really he said he came to AEW because he saw how they handled the death of Brody Lee with the tribute, and he was like, he said that was the key factor of him signing with the company. So in this match, let me see here. Okay.
I think it's like a basic.
Punk would hit the go to sleep. Allen would fall to the floor. So he'd roll out the ring and beat the count to 9. Punk then sat up to avoid Darby Allin's coffin drop and then kicked out of Darby Allin's Last Supper cradle pin. Allen tried for the Poison Rana, but Punk countered it with another go to sleep to win it in 16 minutes and 40 seconds. Sting would then come out, shake Punk's hand, and then Punk would shake Darby's hand.
And that was pretty much it for that.
This match was good. I enjoyed it. For Punk's first match, he wasn't. He it wasn't 2014 Punk, but it was still a good match. He wasn't super sloppy. I know everyone was thinking about this, like, yo, he hasn't wrestled since 2014. Is this match really going to be any good? Some people were like, it doesn't matter. CM Punk's back, so who cares if the match looks terrible, which is a wild thing to say. But it was a really good match. Darby didn't really suffer from losing from it. If anything, I thought it did good for him. This was a match where, for me, no one really could have got badly. Like, we knew Punk was winning this match, but we knew it wasn't going to affect Darby in a way, because it's like, if anything, this can put Darby even more over than he already was at the time. So,
yeah. Plus, CM Punk kind of needed he kind of needed an opponent who was going to take pretty much going to take most of the bumps. So
yeah,
Darby Allin was a good. I kind of feel like it was a good candidate for that because he was taking majority of the bumps.
Yeah.
And it was a relatively safe match because Darby. I don't think Darby was really doing a whole bunch of extreme shit in this match. For real. He was just taking like big bumps, honestly.
Yeah. So I guess we gotta ask Ty because he's the only one who was watching. Listen, what you think? What you think? Oh, is he dead? Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, he might be dead. But yeah, so this was so before we get into the main event, I just want to go over a couple of things. It did make, like I said, it did make $12 million. And then AEW at the taxes received $4 million. So this pretty much became the most bought non-WWE pay-per-view since WCW Stampede. And I think it was like WCW Spring Stampede and Uncensored, which were both at 99. Of course, if you look on Cage Match, the Cage Match ratings, a lot of these matches have 4.20, have a 4.25 or a 5.5 or a 5.5 stars or a 4-star. So pretty much every match on this card at least had 4 stars, except for this goddamn Paul White match, which was garbage. So Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage for the AEW World Championship. Pretty much Kenny Omega had been world champion since December 2nd of 2020 when he defeated Jon Moxley for the title at the AEW Dynamite Special Winter is Coming, where Sting also made his AEW debut as well. So Christian Cage would make his AEW debut at Revelation 2021. It happened on March 7th, and would be and then he will also be interrupted during his AEW Dynamite debut by both Kenny Omega and Don Callis. So at this time, Christian Cage had won 8 matches in a row, and because AEW had a ranking system that they don't give a fuck about no more, he was named the number 1 contender for Kenny Omega's title at All Out. But before this, Kenny Omega and Christian Cage had a match at the first episode of Rampage for the Unified Impact World Championship, which Kenny Omega had actually lost to Christian Cage, and this is pretty much the setup for this match. I think pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, the consensus was since Kenny Omega had lost the first match, he was going to get his W back at All Out, and I think that was like the consensus, and that was to also get the Impact World Championship off of Kenny, because the relationship between AEW and TNA wasn't that fucking good. Even though niggas be fucking lying about that bullshit, it wasn't that good. So they pretty much gave the title to Christian because Christian did have ties to TNA, and he had dropped the belt. I forgot who he had dropped the belt to.
I want to say Josh Alexander, maybe.
Let me look that up. So come back.
Trying to see. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, he had lost it to like that. I think it might have been like a pay-per-view or an episode. I think it might have been at their next pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken.
Because he would win the title and then he would drop the TNA one, like their big gold one, because he was like, as much as I love this title, he's like, Like, we gotta stop living in the past. So he only dropped that belt, and it just came the Impact Championship.
So Kenny lost it to Christian, who then lost it to Josh Alexander.
I was correct. Okay.
So was that like a what was that
Who
like
then
a
lost
interview?
it at the same Bound for Glory to Moose.
Oh, so he would beat Christian at Bound for Glory, and then Moose would cash in his Carter shot gauntlet thing, and then beat Josh, right? With his kid in the ring too. Absolutely wild. Anyway.
God damn it, yeah, I remember that.
Then Josh won it back. Then he got it vacated because he got hurt. Then Macklin won it. Then Shelley won it. Moose won it back. Why do they have so many? Yeah, why does TNA have so many, like, you could cash this in to win? They have like 5.
Oh yeah, well, I don't think they do option C anymore. As far as I
don't think they even do Feast of Fire no more, do they?
Yeah, I don't remember last time I did Feast of Fire.
One thing I always hated
about the Feast of Fire was January 13th.
One thing I hate about the Feast of Fire is that whoever won the World Heavyweight Championship Feast of Fire briefcase never actually successfully cashed it in.
That's a lot because Moose did.
Well, Moose did, but that was like fucking like okay. It took a while before someone actually successfully cashed it in.
Like, it wasn't a cash in; it was a guaranteed shot. That they could just. It was that most of the time it was never just a cash in. It was mostly just, oh, I'm cashing in my shot ahead of time. They would just be like, oh yeah, I want my shot next week.
Like, everyone lost until I think the first one that was actually successful was fucking James Storm.
Yeah, it was him. It was James Storm,
and that was like six or 7 years after they introduced it. So like, fuck.
Very interesting. I think no, Austin Aries did not win his. I forgot. I was like, did Aries win his?
Samoa Joe won it and then lost to AJ Styles. Then you had the fucking shit with P.D. Williams getting it, but then lost to Scott Steiner. Then Scott Steiner failed his fucking cash in, but shit.
Yeah. TNA is a weird place.
TNA, where nothing makes sense.
So in those cases, you get a world title match, an X Division title match, a tag team title match, or a pink slip, which means you get 5.
Yeah.
And they always played that. They always played that with the there's that 25% chance that you get fired. But
sometimes depending on the situation, they might do instead of it being like a title, they'll put like a spider, like a pet spider in that motherfucker.
What?
Yeah, for the knockouts. Yeah, for the knockouts.
You mean the fucking lockbox challenge?
Yeah,
the lockbox challenge? That fucking dumb shit.
Because Drew McIntyre won the case, the world title case. Did he win the title after that?
Him beating what? That would have been Matt Hardy, so I think so. I think he beat Matt.
Here's something.
Drew McIntyre's the other guy.
I'll say this though. Fucking the Feast or Fire briefcase did give us the fucking Curry Man gimmick. Which at the start
right.
Which at the start was fucking awesome, but then it fell off.
Well, I was gonna say
Shark Boy getting fired was one of the funniest things ever too.
I was gonna say the TNA Knockouts lockbox sounds was kind of like the
lockbox
version.
I mean, yeah, but that was somehow more fucking stupid because you have like the Knockouts title, a striptease competition, it wasn't Daphne, fucking Veronica's Pet Spider, and then something else. Oh yeah, it was an open challenge to whoever you want to face.
Absolutely stupid.
And it was fucking stupid because I think that's how. Yeah, and that's how Angelina Love won, I believe, her second Knockouts title. But shit,
crazy.
Because in this one, the first box was an open contract it was an open contract against anybody. I think anybody of their choosing. I think you could have also used that on the TNA Knockouts champion at the time as well.
Yeah, I mean, but Velvet Sky won that one, and her and the rest of the beautiful people were beefing with Angelina Love, and she cashed in on that.
You love Angelina Love, don't you?
I was gonna say Tara's Pantarantula, but at the time you also her Pantarantula but she was also the Knockouts champion. So because she got her parent Tarantula back, she lost the Knockouts championship.
The thing about that is that would you think that if someone else won her pet tarantula, they would have just given it back to her? Like, who the fuck wants a pet tarantula?
No, they said whoever got it was going to destroy that motherfucker.
Oh yeah. And then you also have the fucking Daphne winning a striptease, which, like, rest in peace, Daphne. Like, she deserved way better than how she was booked.
Yeah, man.
Damn, remember when Pentagon Jr. was GFW champion? Remember what?
Oh,
The Global Force Wrestling, that's crazy.
Damn, I remember when Lucha Underground kind of had that little cross, but that cross review with TNA.
oh yeah, I remember that.
You
That
mean
was
before
Twitch
the Rob
special.
Feinstein? Before the Rob Feinstein scandal?
Oof,
Mm.
oof.
I'm getting on the train again. I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
You don't get on the train. That's crazy.
Well, it looks like he's about to miss this main event because the main event. We're moving on. Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage, like we said, we get into the match.
So yeah, I already went on the build up.
All right. Yep. So now I'm going to talk about the match. So Kenny Omega would get accompanied by Don Callis. Christian would spear Omega off the ring through a table. Christian would then have a high-angled modified cloverleaf hold. Don Callis would call for the Good Brothers. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes. So after Kenny would win the belt, he would align himself with the Good Brothers because he would go to TNA. Because remember, Bullet Club 4444 life. This would lead to the Bucks, with Kenny and the Good Brothers versus the Young Bucks and Moxley, because the Bucks were like, Kenny, you're acting mad crazy. What are you doing? They would turn on Mox mid-match, and they would become the Super Elite, I think. So there was that. Also, Jay White, I think at the time, was Bullet Club leader. So he was like, whatever at this time. But yes, the Good Brothers would come out to interfere, but Christian fended them off, which caused Omega to do a V-trigger to Luke Gallows. Christian then performed the kill switch on Kenny Omega, but then Omega would kick out. Christian would then try for a kill switch off the top rope for Kenny to hit him with a one-wing angel off the top rope. This is also at the time where the one-wing angel had a 100% success rate, so no one was ever kicking out of it. So you knew if Kenny hit the finisher, the match was pretty much over. He would pin Christian at 21 minutes and 20 seconds to win and retain the title. This would then lead to two debuts, which I'm going to talk about. Post-match, Omega would celebrate with the rest of the Elite. The Young Bucks would come out. They would continue to beat up Christian for the Jurassic Express of Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, and Jungle Boy to come out, but they would get beat up. Omega would then take the mic, doing his average good night promo. He would proclaim that the only people who had a chance of beating him were either not in AEW, retired, or already dead. After that comment, the lights would turn out. You know it's all about the boom. Adam Cole would come out. This was after, this would be shocking because Adam Cole's last appearance with these guys was in Ring of Honor. When he was in Bullet Club, they would kick him out the group. He was having problems with Omega. He would say he's the leader of Bullet Club for Kenny to kick him out and replace him with Marty Scurll. We do not talk about that man anymore. But point is, they would exile him out of Bullet Club and replace him with Marty Scurll. The Young Bucks would then beat him up too. So there was that. So his last appearance with them, not so good, and they would kill him off. I
was gonna say they would kill him off from being the Elite.
Yes, they would kill him off on being the Elite, where he would go to WWE, do NXT, Undisputed Era stuff. Woohoo! He would come back. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna help Christian and them." For him to then super kick Jungle Boy and embrace the Elite. And he would say, "There's not a chance in hell anyone's going to stop us, and the Elite is untouchable." For then, Omega would then say he would bid the crowd, he would bid them adieu, good night, mwah. I'm sorry, no, goodbye, mwah, and good night for Fight of the Valkyries to hit, for Bryan Danielson to show up the same night. his first appearance on television, his first appearance in AEW, he would recently leave WWE after his last match being the triple threat at WrestleMania with him, Edge, and Roman. Correct?
No, because I think he had a match with Roman on SmackDown. He lost that shit.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, then yes, he had a match on SmackDown, and then he left.
Let me make sure though, because I think that's how it went.
So I thought it was a triple threat, and then he left.
Nah, because what ended up happening is that the Mania match happened. I forgot what the fuck happened to Edge, but Edge would later go on to create the Judgment Day with him, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest.
Okay.
Until he left, and then Bryan Danielson, he had that. Of course, he was in a triple threat match, but then he also had that match against Roman on SmackDown, in which he lost. But let me make sure though. Let's see. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's what ended up happening. So,
okay.
It was a championship. It was a championship versus career match. Pretty much mean if he would have lost the match, that means he would have been banned from SmackDown. So Roman had won the match, and because at that time WWE was trying to get him, to sign a new deal, but Bryan Danielson was like, nah.
Oh, you're right. He said he wanted to go to Japan. They tried to work with New Japan, but New Japan said, no, thank you. We're good. And also Vince, he also said Vince didn't really want him wrestling anyway because he wanted him to be careful because, his broken neck joint. And Danielson was like, okay, if you're not going to let me fight, I'll go somewhere where they will. And he went to AEW. This would then have him and Christian and the Jurassic Express brawl with the Elite for Omega and the rest of them to flee, but Danielson would hit Nick Jackson with the Busaiku knee, and that would end off the show. After this match, for the aftermath, 2 matches were prompted after All Out, with Malachi beating Dustin Rhodes, Andrade would beat Pac, Minoru Suzuki would defeat Jon Moxley, which would lead to Moxley and Eddie Kingston teaming together versus Suzuki and Lance Archer. Then Suzuki would fight Danielson, and then Suzuki would go back to Japan. Let's see. Elite gave speeches on Dynamite, then they got interrupted by Danielson. When they attacked him, he was saved by Christian, Jurassic Express, and Kazarian. Adam Cole's first match saw him defeat Kazarian. Danielson and Cole would issue challenges. Danielson will wrestle Omega to the 30-minute time limit draw at Grand Slam.
That one was good too.
I remember people being upset that it went to a time limit draw. People being very upset about it, and I was like, "Well, Kenny is their champion. You can't have Danielson just beat him, but also you can't have Omega just beat Danielson in one of his first matches back. Like that'd be crazy." So time limit draw made sense to me.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Grand Slam was actually 2 nights, once on Dynamite and then once on Rampage.
Yes.
So I think Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson opened it, and then I think
I was there for that.
If I'm mistaken, I think I don't remember. I think the main event for that one might have been Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho, because that's why Ruby Soho had won the 21 woman Casino Battle Royal.
Yes.
I wasn't hate watching. I was there. I was there live.
Yes, Adam Cole and Matt and Nick Jack, the Young Bucks, otherwise known as Super Click, would beat the Jurassic Express. CM Punk would come out and give a speech thanking Darby, Sting, and the fans. Punk would discuss what's next for him. When Taz would start a feud with him, which included Hook and Hobbs. Punk would then beat Hobbs at Grand Slam. Ruby Soho, like I said, would make her Dynamite debut. She would beat Jamie Hayter. Then she would beat Rebel. Then she would lose to Britt after Hayter interfered in the match at Grand Slam. This would then let me see. Then MJF claimed that the All Out match was with him and Jericho was restarted due to extreme bias, and then this would lead to, funny enough, I wish Lope was here, because this would then lead to MJF versus Brian Pillman Jr.
I'm trying to see. Did
What the fuck that happened?
he win that match?
Yes, MJF would defeat Pillman at Grand Slam as Lope's favorite promo. Hey Pillman, we need to talk. Let's see. Then for Darby and Sting, this would lead to, let me see, they would have a match with Sean. Darby would have a match with Sean Spears. Allen would defeat Spears again. They would brawl with FTR. At Grand Slam, Darby and Sting would beat FTR. Miro would then defend his belt again against Fuego del Sol. This would lead to Sammy Guevara saving Fuego, and then Sammy would beat Miro for the TNT title at Dynamite. Jericho would then feud with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. The Lucha Bros would just continue to defend their tag team titles. And then, the Casino Battle Royal thing, as Jiraiya said, they would show replay that would show Riho was actually not eliminated from the match. So she was awarded a non-title match against Britt Baker, where if she won, she would get a future title shot. This match was billed as Black Friday deal match. Riho would defeat Baker, but then she would lose to her at Battle of the Belts.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to remember what was the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle doing at this time. Well, of course they had that Stadium Stampede match at Double or Nothing.
Wait, well, this is what the Pinnacle was doing. Sean Spears and Tully was fighting Sting and Darby. Sammy was fighting Miro, and then Jericho and Jake Hager were fighting Scorpio and Ethan Page. So all of them, they were all doing that, and FTR was facing against I just said who they were fighting. They were fighting Sting and Darby too. So yeah, Sean Spears and FTR and Tully were facing off against Sting and Darby. Sammy was facing Miro, and then Jake and Jericho were facing off against Scorpio and Ethan Page.
You know what's crazy, because after all,
then MJF was facing Pillman.
After All Out, the Pinnacle really wouldn't be used for real. After All Out that year, I know in 2022 they started they started that Wardlow is beefing with MJF thing. That's where Wardlow would do the Powerbomb Symphony, and Sean Spears and MJF was not liking that shit. But I think Sean Spears was Wardlow's manager, so I think it was more so Sean Spears not liking that shit at all.
I can go into detail on that. So FTR would then leave Tully Blanchard because I forgot someone got attacked, and Tully was like, "Who cares about that?" And then FTR was like, "Nah, old man, we ain't taking that disrespect, so you fired." So they turned face and they left Tully Blanchard in the dust. Sean Spears would still hang around Wardlow and MJF. He wasn't big on MJF treating Wardlow a certain way, but then he ended up aligning himself with MJF because also Wardlow went through the labors as well. He had to face Sean Spears and he squashed him. Then MJF beat him with his belt, but it didn't do much of anything because Wardlow was gigantic. Then they had the match and Wardlow squashed him. So yeah, the Pinnacle really just broke up afterwards, just kind of just split.
They pretty much. You know what? I think FTR and Wardlow had joined up for the trios, for a trios match, and they were calling themselves the Pinnacle. But I think that was the last time.
Yeah, let me see. When did they officially break up? I'm gonna look that up real quick.
It might have been like June of 2022, bro.
Let me see.
So I'm trying to see MJF. I think MJF and Sean Spears was the last members.
Yeah, it says. Oh yes, you're right. Yes, it said in 2022 of March, Wardlow would leave the group after betraying MJF. Blanchard left after getting fired by FTR. FTR with them quietly end their association with the team. Then they disbanded in June of 2022, and then they reunited in October, but without Blanchard and Friedman. But it officially ended October of 2022.
Yeah, because the last members was MJF, Sean Spears, and I know Dax. I know FTR had left.
Yeah, it says.
Before,
It says.
I think they had left after Wardlow left, but Tully they had dropped Tully as a manager.
It says here Wardlow left March 6th of 2022, so he left first. Then FTR followed on the 30th, but they kicked Tully out March 9th. So it was 3 days after. So I forgot. Yes, that's what it was. Wardlow got disrespected by MJF, and Tully was like, "So what?" And FTR was like, "That's our boy, and we're not going to tolerate you disrespecting him, so you're fired." So they fired him 3 days after Wardlow turned on MJF. Then they left, and then it was just MJF and Sean. It ended in June of 2022. Then they got back together briefly in October, but then they disbanded because Sean went back to WWE.
Yeah. So that's it for All Out. That was a long ass review. That was long. Damn near 3 episodes. Made 3 hours. God damn it.
In my opinion, one of their the greatest AEW pay-per-view in their history. The next one will probably be Double or Nothing 2022, in my opinion.
Double or Nothing 2022. Let me see. What was it?
That was the.
Let me see.
I'm sorry, or am I thinking 2021?
So I think 2022 was the one between CM Punk and him and Adam Page.
Okay, yeah, I think that's their second best one.
I'm trying to say, do I remember
which one had Hangman versus man, that was Full Gear. That was the one after this one, right? That's like their third best to me.
Yeah, I think was it Full Gear? Yeah, it was Full Gear because Full Gear happened in November. So
yeah, so this is their to me that's their third best pay-per-view.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the time. I think this is during the time where AEW was fucking cooking. Like, they were cooking. Like, you had on this one, you had MJF versus Darby Allin, the Lucha Bros versus FTR. Bryan Danielson was going against Miro, but this was like for the tournament they was in. For the AEW World Championship. So after Miro had lost the TNT belt, he had went on to go into the eliminator tournament. That was the final. Christian Cage had aligned himself with Jurassic Express, and they had pretty much went against the Super Click, which was Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. Cody Rhodes and Pac versus Malachi Black and Andrade. That was all right. Dr. Britt Baker DMD went against Ty Conte. That match was okay. CM Punk went against Eddie Kingston. That was okay. Inner Circle had pretty much won against Man of the Year that consisted of Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky and America Top Team that consisted of Andre. I don't even know who the fuck. I don't know how to pronounce these niggas' name. And then Heyman, Adam Page, and Kenny Omega. So you know what? One day I might have to make a list of the best AEW pay-per-views. But
we have to do that. We have to.
But All Out is number one.
Oh yes, 100%.
All Out for number one is number one to me. Because I deadass gave All Out a 4.7 out of 10. I mean, my bad. 4.7 out of 5.
Yeah,
only thing that fucked it up for me was that goddamn Big Show match.
Oh yeah, Paul White, QT Marshall. So yeah, that shouldn't have been there. This was sadly I don't think they can hit anything like this ever again. This is what everyone calls the honeymoon phase. This was definitely in the honeymoon phase of AEW. This was the era, honestly, they could do no wrong. Also, to be fair, this came at a time, they were at a time where WWE was absolutely hot garbage. This was still under Vince regime. No one liked anything Vince was doing. So, like I said, I wasn't really paying attention to WWE at this time. I was pretty much done with it. I was only watching NXT for like a bit, but I was not watching anything main roster wise. But as always, nothing lasts forever, and AEW is going through, after 2023, I would say after they fired CM Punk, they haven't been the same since.
They really haven't.
Because my thing is, this during the time, my bad, you can go ahead.
It really hasn't been the same sense, and it did expose what they're doing wrong, especially from Tony Khan, creative control, not selling enough tickets, empty seats. Straight up, they turned into the WWE when WWE was.
You want to know when the red flags start to pop up? The devil storyline.
The
Devil storyline, yeah, because everybody was like, "Oh, is this?" The thing about it is, everybody was like, "Oh, is this CM Punk? Is he coming back? Is he gonna be the devil?" Like,
I was like, "No."
That was the first person that people started speculating. I was like, you know what? This might be interesting, especially since CM Punk and MJF never really ended their feud for real.
And then CM Punk shows up in WWE, and well, it's not him.
No, because CM Punk didn't. Because what ended up happening? What ended up happening?
Was the double storyline when CM Punk left?
No.
The devil storyline kind of like lost. Okay, so they revealed who the devil was, Adam Cole, after like a month after CM Punk returned to WWE. So and then after CM Punk showed up in WWE, it was pretty obvious who the devil was, and it was obviously Adam Cole.
Nah, because you know what? Nah, because I think CM Punk came back to WWE last year. So I think what ended up happening is that the devil storyline started with like the little vignettes and shit. And niggas like, oh, it's CM Punk. But then what ended up happening is that CM Punk, Tony Khan ended up firing CM Punk because he felt like he was endangered, or he felt like his life was was at risk. So niggas was like, okay, if it's not CM Punk, then who the fuck was it? But thing about it is, Adam Cole was injured at his time. So I think they actually revealed that Adam Cole was the devil. The match where MJF had got injured. Let me find out what that match was. MJF.
Because I know they revealed at World's End.
It was World's End.
It was a terrible reveal too, by the way.
It was a garbage reveal, and it led
to nothing. The worst part about the whole storyline is that it led to nothing. And now.
It's only because Adam Cole got injured. Really, Adam Cole getting injured is really what meant. Them drawing it out for as long as it did, and Adam Cole getting injured ruined the whole thing.
And they're just now getting back.
Yeah, I just don't think it would have led to anything. Honestly, even if Adam stayed healthy, I don't think it would have led to anything.
Probably wouldn't. I mean, I know the Undisputed Kingdom, their whole thing was, we're going to take over AEW. Well, that fucking led to nothing.
Yeah, that didn't really lead to much. The whole thing of Adam being like, Wardlow's going to win the championship and give it to me. And they helped Joe win the belt and everything. I was like, okay, but then you had Wardlow get beat by Joe clean. And then the whole thing, I guess, was supposed to lead to Adam Cole, I guess, Wardlow turning on the group and maybe aligning himself back with MJF. But like I said, it didn't really lead to anything. Wardlow sitting at home. The Kingdom didn't do much. Roddy won the international belt, but it didn't really mean anything.
Just for him to drop it to someone else.
Yeah, and then Taven and Bennett won the Ring of Honor tag team titles, which didn't matter because Ring of Honor wasn't getting watched. So I mean, it's like, what do we really do this for?
And it still isn't.
Like, what are we like? Like, honestly, I couldn't see the vision. I really couldn't see the vision for this one.
Yeah, look at the viewership on Ring of Honor right now. Do me that.
What viewership?
I'm gonna look it up real quick for y'all so y'all can understand that no one is looking at that bullshit.
Because, bro, people who actually watch ROH are probably okay. The three people who watch ROH in 2024, I call them super marks. They are super marks for AEW. They only watch it because Tony Khan owns the company. But shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it up. But as someone who loved watching Ring of Honor before it got bought out, I cannot watch. Really, I would love to watch it, but there's nothing other than Athena. There's nothing else I'd watch it for.
Other than Athena.
And maybe if you actually got a TV deal. Oh, I forgot. Well, Billy counts as the Athena stuff. So, but I actually got. Oh, funny enough, I did see Billy Starks live one time. She was at a GCW show. I got to see her perform. I didn't get to meet her because she wasn't at the meet and greet, which kind of sucked. But she was still good.
So who was at the meet and greet?
It was Mance Warner, Effie, Alley Catch, Jack Cartwheel. Ironically, who's now WBID'd. I forgot who.
WBID.
One Man Wonders. He was there too. Zilla was at that show, but he was not at the meet and greet. A lot of people thought he was, but I think he kind of left right after he did his match. Honestly, Nick Gage was supposed to be at the show, but he got injured. Masha Slamovich was supposed to be at the show, but she had visa issues. So, Fuego del Sol was there. He was talking to people by the ring before the show and after the show. That was cool too. This next show, I'm supposed to be going to a GCW event next week on Friday.
Do they have any GCW shows in the South?
For the most part, they usually do. They
don't fuck with you, so no.
Where are you at right now? Wait, you're from Louisiana, right?
Yeah, obviously.
They've had shows out there.
Which part?
I think like Baton Rouge, I think, or something like that. I don't know if they have any shows upcoming this year in there, or if they passed them, but they're coming back to the Nile over in Phoenix, so I'm excited. It'll be my second GCW show,
that's good.
So I'm excited for that. I gotta take a look on. Oh, Rich Swan's gonna be at the show. I forgot. Rich Swan's gonna be at the show, so that's cool.
How'd you what?
I mean, I'm just looking at this Jay-Z Rock Nation shit, bro.
Man. Hey, man. On that note, we gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, we gonna get up out of here. Hopefully,
I don't want to talk about it.
Damn, Raro was at them Rock Nation brunches.
I'm just saying, we gotta get up out of here. I'm just saying, I don't need the Illuminati coming after me next. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
Hey man, the Illuminati where?
Look, I just want to say, Mr. Z, I thought you won the Nas beef. I much respect to you, ho. Just saying, my brother. Take over much better than Ether. Just to let y'all know.
You said he won the Nas beef? You said he won the Nas beef.
Yeah.
No, he really didn't. But I'm just saying that so he doesn't come after me. Just saying. Nas really won that beef though.
I'm about to say everybody in New York said that Nas won that shit.
No. I agree. Nas won that beef. Matter of fact, I'm more of a Nas fan than I'm a Jay-Z fan. I got Nas vinyls literally up in my room right now,
including Dark Ass Star. He was there for the beef. So was you there for that beef?
Yeah, I was in last.
That nigga Ty was going to sleep to Ether. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that nigga was going to bed for Illmatic.
Ooh.
He was going to bed to Illmatic.
And not gonna lie, this Sunday night football game is boring.
Well, no shit, man. It's the Chargers and Chiefs. Of course, it's boring.
No, but it's a good defensive game.
Yo, Mama is a good defensive game.
Hey, yo,
And on
anyways,
that note, like I said,
we're gonna get up
on
out
that
of
note,
here.
Alright, we out of here.
Hopefully y'all enjoy.
We out of here. We gonna be back next
Hopefully
Sunday.
y'all come back next Sunday. And whatever the fuck we talking
And
about.
we
'Cause
will
these
be
niggas is wilding.
Saturday night main event.
Y'all, yeah, they are gonna be doing. I don't think I'm gonna be. I think I'll be working Saturday night. But anyways, have a good night. And as always,
now go home and smoke some more crack.